Yours, we tell him, we tell him,
Fuck that house now. I'm back. To the top, I'ma make it. Niggas just can't take it. To the top, I'ma make 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 it.
Big Hank, break the law. Lady Bird, that's my dog. Hey, I'll flip you like a chick. Yeah, I run my sense and I'm running up them checks.
Yeah. Get hype. Get hype, Nest Nation. Yeah.
We be smoking loud, yeah, you smoking home.
Bucks pack is lit. Bucks pack is lit.
I know this money from propane, bitch. I feel like
Yes, sir.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah. Hype, yo. Shout out. What's his name? I forgot his name. On Twitter, he hit us up on Twitter.
Chazzy, I think is a C.
Chazzy, yeah, Chazzy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chazzy. That's Nation. What's good, That's Nation? We back during the day. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We need at least 200 tonight. Big. I mean, today, I guess. Today,
Yeah,
I keep saying tonight like we're back.
Let's apologize. A few of us may have had some things to drink, and it may have.
Yeah.
It may have not.
This is a tough stream. Stream.
We're not having a good stream.
Yeah, my bad,
Hey,
Nation.
we wouldn't have had what's his name at Chazzy, which is at Charlie Lovin. Like we wouldn't have had that. We wouldn't have had that if we
didn't stream. Yeah, it all worked out because Chazzy ended up sending us the W video. Again, make sure you guys hit that like button. Yesterday, like I said, I was at the bar, I was drinking, and I was watching the game at my friend's house. Saint was, we all just had things to do, so we couldn't make it that night. But we were all watching from afar. Let me say, we were all watching from afar. Great win. Like I said, I watched the game live. I watched it on YouTube like 6 times because I really couldn't believe we beat a fully loaded Bucks team. Oh man, that's crazy. He said I'm just like heat don't work. Yo, Jay, you coming up here, Jay? Let's say you coming up here, Jay.
I can't wait to the day you guys actually meet at the game. Like
Jay, I told Jay when we meet, me and Jay when we meet in person, we're gonna have a long talk. Me and Jay gonna have a long talk. Let me shout out the chat though. Zion was good. MJ Zaire, Marshall, Christopher, Brandon Williams. Hey, Brandon Williams. Isaac was good. Isaac. Alex Brunner. Hey, Alex Brunner. Aquarius was good. Essential. Frosty 69992. What's up? Young boy Ray. Hey. JC. Hey, JC. Kevin. Hey, what's up, Kevin? Wait, what? Huh? What's up? Turn up. Gemini was good. Nolan and Kyle was good. Crazy Cat Lady. Hey, what's up? Oh, we gotta talk about Bruce Brown. Yeah, we're gonna talk about all that. We're gonna try to break down the game as much
There's
as
a lot
possible.
to talk about.
There's a lot to talk about, man. Like a lot. But starting off the game, the Bucks led. We started off early in the first quarter. The Bucks led the Nets 16-8 with 6 minutes left in the first. We saw Bruce Brown, James Johnson initiate the offense in that first quarter. We saw Kyrie kind of play off the ball. And in the beginning, I know like Nash got a lot of criticism because it was really like a non-shooter heavy lineup. But then me and Saint were talking about this just before this, like that lineup, even though James Johnson and Drummond, the non-shooting lineup kind of worked with the Bucks to match with their size at the end of the day. Because at first we were like, I don't think this is working because, like I said, Kyrie didn't really have much spacing, but it ended up working. So the end of the first quarter, Bucks led the Nets 32-25. The Bucks led by as many as 8. Brooklyn came back to tie it late in the first quarter. Kyrie led with 7. LaMarcus Aldridge had 5. And then we actually were bad from the 3-point line in the first quarter. Like we started 1 for 7 from 3. So halftime came. The Bucks led the Nets 59-53. Kyrie Irving was, again, spectacular. He was just in the zone, like getting to his spots, getting to that mid-range that he loves. You should just see the off-the-dribble step he always does. It was just it was really just watching an artist work, and it was so lovely to see. I mean, he kind of we got the best of both worlds. We got scoring Kyrie and we got a little bit of point guard Kyrie with the 5 assists. he did a great job of creating for others. So halftime came and the Bucks led again. That's the Nets 59-53. Kyrie had 17, 8 for 13, and then Andre Drummond was really, really, really good in this game. We got to talk about Andre Drummond. Well, let's Andre Drummond, and we got to talk about Bruce Brown too. So third quarter came. The Nets led the Bucks 96-93. Kyrie had 26. Curry had 17. Bruce Brown and Drummond each had 12. The Nets had the edge in the second chance points, and then we outscored. Big run in the third quarter. The Nets outscored the Bucks 43-34 in the third quarter. I think they said this was like the most huge we ever scored in a quarter. Was 43 points in a, was 43? Yeah, 43 in a quarter. So that was a big quarter for us, that third quarter. I think we just took the momentum because, again, we're playing in Milwaukee, fully loaded Bucks team. Yeah. And that third quarter, it was big because we took that momentum out that arena.
Haven't won there in a minute either.
We haven't won there in a minute. Like, it's been a minute since we won.
And it's not like they were – that was the other thing about the Bucks. It's not like they were missing their shots. That's what's crazy. Like, you can say – maybe if they were missing their shots, you'd be like, oh, well, they were just like, no, they were making their shots. And we did a hell of a job containing Giannis as best as you could, right? In that whole situation. But it's not like they were missing, right? Like you had Bobby Portis on his Larry Bird.
Bro, what was Bobby? Dude, Bobby Portis looked like Steph Curry out there. I'm like, what's going on with Bobby Portis, bro? He was making every three he took, he made. And I'm like, is Bobby Portis really like that? You know what I'm saying? Is he really like that?
The best I can put it is, we went into the mentality of if Bobby Portis packs us up this game, he packs us up this game. As long as we don't let Giannis have an impact, Middleton have an impact, or Drew have an impact, we're doing something good, I guess. Because let's be honest, if instead of Bobby, if that was Giannis going crazy, that would have impacted the game way differently. Yeah. If it was Chris Middleton going crazy, impact the game way differently. Same with Drew. So probably it's kind of just like, you know what, let the weaker cook and just handle the rest. Kind of.
Yeah. Thank you for the super chat, Jabari Smith. He said, "Can we talk about how much Steve Nash has improved as a coach?" Oh yeah, we're definitely going to talk about that. Like I said, we saw great things from Steve. We saw Steve get fired up. Did you guys see Steve out there about to get a tech?
Finally,
way to go, Steve! Attaboy. Finally, everybody put the clapping emojis for Steve Nash. Put your clapping emojis in the chat.
I'm surprised you didn't get a technical foul.
Yeah.
I'm saying he should have got a tech for that. That was warranted enough a tech.
He threw like a fist at the ref, right? He was like, "Oh, come on!"
He was yelling at the. So when James Johnson got the block on Portis and Drummond got the rebound, he was calling a timeout, but they fouled Drummond, and then Drummond was like, Nash was like, "Fucking bullshit."
Yeah, I think the mic picked it up too. Oh, right here.
Yeah, thank you. That's all we wanted. That's all we wanted.
That's all I've been asking for, baby. Right? Like,
look at Steve. Look at my coach.
Jay sent me photos some videos from the game before. Like, that's like the videos that Jay sent me a long time ago were so funny because it was like the lead up to what we saw last night. Like Steve Nash was kind of like, I want to yell, but I'm not quite comfortable yet. And yesterday, that's what I've been waiting for. Like since last season, this season, and it's like finally coming out. Maybe all the frustrations of what's going on with the Nets have caught up with Steve Nash, and he's like, "Fuck it, what do I got to lose?" Right? Like, what's it gonna hurt us?
What's gonna hurt us? Yeah. So again, that fourth quarter came right. Now the fourth quarter was crazy, man. I gotta probably look at the play-by-play because so many like plays happened in this fourth quarter. I'll start with the 4-minute mark. Again, big third quarter. Don't forget, we scored 43, and this is without KD. This is without Ben. This is like Kyrie and Seth and our guys. And we gotta talk about Goran Dragic too. Goran Dragic made his debut. I know he only played 7 minutes, and he had 6 points, but he still looked good in those 8-10 minutes he played. Like I really loved what I saw from Goran.
He still had smart basketball decisions. That's what I noticed.
High basketball IQ.
You could tell the IQ was there, and like he made the smart decisions.
He's another floor general. You know what I'm saying? He's another floor general. Like he's just I know he was what we needed, that backup point guard that we needed. Putting Patty in his natural position as a shooting guard, so Patty doesn't have to. We don't want to see Patty bring up the ball. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to see that. So now that we have Goran, it puts Patty in his like off the ball mode. You can just catch and shoot. Come off screens and shoot. So Again, Goran, let me go back to this play-by-play. So 4-minute mark. Give me a second here. So 4:22. It's 107-112. Kyrie made a 2-point shot. Then we go down to 3 minutes. Kyrie makes a 26-foot three-pointer. It's 113-112. Then Chris Middleton hits a jumper, 113-114. Seth Curry, 2-minute mark, made 2 free throws. It's 115-114. Giannis makes a 2-point shot. Bruce Brown in the fourth quarter, 1 minute left, makes a 25-foot three-point jumper, assisted by Seth Curry. That was actually a really good shot.
That's just crazy to hear. Like
that's crazy to think about, right?
Bruce Brown assisted from Seth Curry. Like it should be the other way around on that.
Bruce Brown clutch gene. Does Bruce Brown got the clutch gene, y'all? Clutch gene?
We can also talk about Patty though too, bro. Patty, I think Patty needs some rest, and they need to they need to let him rest. I think Patty is overworked. He's been our longest, most consistent player this year.
He's literally only missed one game.
I just think he needs rest. I got no hate for Patty because he's been a true dog carrying, but the dude needs some rest.
Yeah,
he's really been our only consistent guy on the team. Yeah, he's really been our only consistent guy.
Yeah, Patty's like the only guy no Nets fan is gonna have a problem with him. Just rest him for a month. We'll have no problem.
It's like when Patty has bad games, it's like Nets Nation is like, you good, bro. Like you've done so much for us this season. Like we want him to shoot well, of course, but like we give him a pass because like what he's done this year for us, all the minutes he's played. All the minutes he's played. He's leading. What is he? One of the top 3-point shooters in the league, percentage wise. Made threes. All he's done for us. Like we love Patty, so we need to give Patty some love, some breaks here and there. He's going through it.
I mean, the good thing is once we are full strength and with people that we've picked up, and if Dragic gets in better, continues to progress, till the end of the season, as long as he doesn't have any setbacks, it's gonna you'll be okay. I think Patty will be fine. I think Patty just needs a little bit rest. Thank God we Cam's been stepping up, so that can take some pressure off Patty. Having the Dragon's going to take some pressure off Patty. Yeah. If you get Joe Harris back,
we shouldn't be asking him these past games. We shouldn't be asking Patty to score all these points. No. Patty was brought to this team, he signed the deal as a role player. He thought he was going to be, and actually his whole career, he's been a role player. He's been that guy off the bench on the Spurs. That's his thing. He'll come off the bench and hit a lot of threes. That's what Patty's known for, coming off the bench. So we're asking him to play starting minutes, 38 minutes, 30 minutes a game. It's it's going to wear on you. He's not used to that.
Quick shout out to Charlie McLovin 42. Yo, it's Chazzy from Twitter.
Yo, Chazzy. Shout out Chazzy, man.
Yeah, hey Chazzy, put your Twitter handle in there, and then I'll post it up if anybody wants to follow you. I'm hoping that you continue with some of the great videos you've created. I hope it inspires you to do more.
Yo, that's love, Chazzy.
We saw that after you posted that, and I'm like, yo, we need to start the
show. That was mad funny, bro. He had the dog, too. He had the dog in his hand with the Kyrie jersey. All right, let me read this last minute. So Bruce Brown makes that three. It's 118-116. Giannis misses a 2-pointer. Bruce got a rebound. Bruce was great on the boards too. Kyrie missed a 2-point shot with 1 minute. It's 118-116. Wesley Matthews defensive rebound. Giannis makes a crucial turnover with 50 seconds left. Kyrie missed a shot. Giannis rebound. Timeout at 26 seconds is 118-116. James Johnson block Bobby Portis 3-point jumper. So we see JJ. The Nets Nation's most hated.
When he did that, I didn't have anything bad to say. Anything about that.
That voided any form of criticism the whole game.
That's what James Johnson does. He'll be bad throughout the whole game, but he has his little spurts of where he completely wows you. And you're and throughout the whole game, he's someone said in the Discord, he was he plays good for 5, plays shit for 25, but those 5 are amazing.
Those fives are amazing. Yeah.
I've said it in the Discord about JJ. He'll energize us, but sabotage us at the same time. It's just one of those things you got to deal with. He'll give you 2 good moves, but you're guaranteed 10 bad ones. Whether it's
guaranteed 10,
he'll give
at least 10.
He'll give a
my
good
biggest issue.
He'll fell on defense type stuff.
My biggest issue is not even so much his defense, right? Because he does hustle, he does run around, he does grab rebounds at times. Sometimes he has, some miscues on defense. But it's the thing that kills me, and I don't necessarily blame this on him. It's just the scenario that we're in, and maybe the way the rotations are playing out, is that I have not seen anybody else other than James Johnson be so open for 3 points. 3-point shots than anybody else through all of this, right? Like, how many times do you see James Johnson wide open for shots? And that to me is probably the most frustrating, is it's like, because most of the time he's not going to take it. And if he does take it, he's going to miss it. And I just can't wait till that rotation switches out where we don't have somebody like him being in there so much, wasting wide open shots, right? Like, shout out to Jabari Smith. I love Bruce Brown. JJ either makes my heart hurt or does something amazing.
He does something amazing. Yeah, he's like that.
Facts.
And shout out. I know Jay's in here watching. Shout out Jay, because I remember I was listening to Jay's talk about James Johnson, and he said, like, he's not supposed to play like all these minutes that we're giving him. Like, when everybody's back, James Johnson's gonna be more of like a role player guy. But now that our season has been so crazy, we've been playing James Johnson out of his position, out of his role. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's a role player guy. He's not supposed to play all these minutes and guard all these guys and initiate offense.
Like 10, 12 minutes a game.
Exactly. So, okay, we have the block. James Johnson blocks Bobby Portis at 21 seconds. Andre Drummond gets a rebound. Bobby Portis foul. Andre Drummond makes a free throw. 1 of 2 is 119-116. Then we see Grayson Allen makes a free throw. And a lot of this focus on this fourth quarter.
Grayson Allen jumper almost killed us. He would. I saw him. So when I was watching the game, when he obviously, it was a clear foul before he went up, but the rest didn't give us that. So I was like, oh shit, we might have to go to overtime. But and then I see the little visual that he shoots 85% from free throw line. So I'm like, oh shit, we lost.
Yeah.
But he missed that second free throw, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then
this is why I read the play-by-play, because the end of the game was so crazy, bro. So Grayson Allen makes a free throw, 1 of 3, 2 of 3. So it's a 119-117. Our key substitution by Nash. LaMarcus Aldridge enters the game for Seth Curry. 14 seconds left, right? It's 119-117. Grayson Allen makes his third free throw. It's 119-118 with 14 seconds left. Nash calls timeout with 14 seconds left. Wesley Matthews enters the game. Seth Curry enters the game for Andre Drummond. Goran Dragic. So Nash is making his subs. Goran Dragic enters the game for Bruce Brown. Patty Mills enters the game for James Johnson. And then we saw Javon Carter get in the game. So 8 seconds left. Kyrie gets a free throw. He makes both. He makes free throw 1 of 2. It's 120-118. Bruce Brown enters the game for Patty Mills with 8 seconds left. Kyrie makes his free throw 121-118, and then the Bucks call a timeout. And then we saw another key block by Drummond, man. That when Giannis went to the rim and Drummond made that key block. Like I said, this fourth quarter, man, I said, I'm so proud of this team. I'm so proud of what we did out there. And I know a lot of the focus is going to be on Kyrie Irving. And Kyrie Irving was a magician last night. He was amazing. But a lot of key timely plays by these role players. Blocked by Andre Drummond at the rim. Bruce Brown 3. JJ.
Who would have thought Bruce Brown would have been the one to hit the 3?
These role players stepped up, bro. Seth Curry, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of these, it was a full team win. Yeah, I know Kyrie is going to get the leading scoring and everything, but these role players stepped up in the fourth quarter.
Curry had
my player of the game, hands down, was Drummond for me. And hands down. Listen, I get it. Kyrie, like if you had to give somebody an MVP for the game, you give it to Kyrie, right? Obviously. But for me, it was Drummond, right? Like, Rage, I never want to hear you slander Drummond again after last night's game. I'm warning you now, Rage. You will never slander this man in chat, and I expect you to have a 0 Drummond Brooklyn jersey real soon. No, listen, Drummond.
I said this. I said if
I'm probably going to order one, bro.
If we win the championship, I will get an Abdul Drummond on the back of my jersey.
I know, but the reason why I say for me, because he did that right there won, right? Like that dunk on Giannis.
Giannis, bro, that was a foul too. That was such a clear foul.
I love how he was like, raise the roof after he dunked on Giannis. He's like, raise the roof.
AJ, Drummond's signature move is after he gets like an alley-oop or like a crazy dunk, he's always going to raise the roof. He loves to do that.
He's a roof.
Yeah, Andy
On top of that, he had another dunk
Drummond,
that should have been continuation too.
Yeah.
I think he had another dunk that should have been continuation. Like that's crazy.
So, just for me, hands down, Drummond did things that and the reason why for me he was like the player of the game, especially where it's like you saw it throughout the game, but where for me it really came in key was the end of the game. How many times have we seen ourselves in close games unable to get a offensive or defensive rebound, unable to get secure potential blocks, and just give you that comfort that down low that the other team knows? Or how many times have we seen teams know that we're so weak inside that that's where they beat us to win the game? And now that you have a guy that's doing these things for you in there, and now you have this presence where it's like, yo, we can't just force it down low and win the game. Like, we're probably going to have to shoot for this. Yeah. Right. And like, it just was to watch, to just have somebody like him in there. Like, listen, Drummond is going to have his moments and days where he looks sloppy. Right, and he looks terrible.
He turns back into Lakers Drummond. That's when I text Rage. Yo, Rage, why did he turn back into Lakers Drummond?
Yeah, exactly. Right, like we know those days are going to be there.
That's Drummond, but Drummond, like you'll see that. I said this before. You'll see the high highs and you'll see the low lows, low lows. But the high highs, you get like you're getting a double. If he's getting at least if you're giving him 25 minutes, he's gonna get you a double. He's gonna get a double.
Well, and I quite honestly think him coming to Brooklyn was what's best for him, because our desperation of a need for a player of his like skill set is obvious, right? So he feels wanted. He's not playing behind anybody, and I'd arguably think he should be our starting center, quite honestly. And depending on how the game starts, you can easily rotate to LA. You can rotate to anybody else. But to me, like, Drummond has to be our starting center, in my opinion. He brings a presence and an aggressiveness that we've wanted James Johnson to do. But now we have that dude inside that doesn't care about knocking you on your ass, like kind of standing over you, like, right? Like he's got that dude. He's
got that enforcer appeal too. He's a good, he's a big body, so it's like him when you see him like
Jersey kid, man.
Like, look at this block right here. When you see him go against Giannis, like he looks like he can like build that wall, and when Giannis drives, and like he's one of the we needed this. We needed this for the Bucks matchup, you know.
And he's from Jersey, so I alady know he's a knucklehead, right? Like,
and he's Caribbean, so
straight up, dude. Like,
and he's Caribbean, so he got that attitude. He got that Caribbean.
Oh yeah, he's he's Jamaican, right? I think he's Jamaican.
Yeah,
I love everything
right now.
Yo, AJ, you gotta show the clip of when James Johnson dunked on Drummond and he decked him the next play. You gotta show that. That's hilarious.
You sent me that. That was mad funny, y'all. I don't even know how you found that, but that was mad funny.
I've never been so glad to not see Clax on the floor.
I was at that.
Wow, the mighty has fallen, dude.
Yeah, Clax. This was a matchup. Like I said, when the Bucks is a big team, so now credit to Nash for putting those lineups out there that he did. Matching up with the Bucks' size was really good. LaMarcus, Drummond, Clax. I don't think Clax was needed this game. I don't think he was needed. Yeah, he probably would have bodied a lot.
I mean, listen, and I see somebody like Durantula, right? We're going positives, and then Durantula just drops in. Embiid's dropping 50 on Drum. It's like, listen, bro, nobody's stopping Embiid, right? Nobody's truly stopping like Giannis. But the fact that we now have
no one's stopping superstars like that, bro.
Yeah, but now that we have a player inside that gives us rebounds, a defensive presence, can get you a block in time in here, can score at times, can have a good. At least you feel a lot more comfortable with him around the rim than we did Clax. It's like now we have a guy that allows like us to match up slightly better against those teams that do have an imposing big. And then and it's like you've seen how we've been able to handle that without him and still win. Now you're adding that to it. It just only makes it better. And I'll say this point, and I'll shut up is. The other thing too is when I think about somebody like Day'Ron Sharpe waiting in the wings, a lot of similarities between these two. And I just love the fact that Day'Ron's going to be able to at least soak up and see and learn from Drummond to some degree on some of the things that he's watching. Like you have another guy waiting in the wings that is very similar to Drummond, probably has better handles than Drummond, better passing than Drummond, and maybe not as good as a rebounder, but pretty damn close, better offensively. So we're in a good spot there. Picking up Drummond and then having of having Sharp waiting in the wings is money to me, and I'm excited for it.
And you got Sharp locked up for the next couple of years. If you get Drummond, get Drummond locked up, that's just more years of coaching for Sharp.
Yeah, I was gonna say because people think it's like I said, casual to be like, oh, he's gonna drop 50 on. Basketball's a team sport, so it's not even about Drummond versus Embiid. It's about how much centers we have now to throw at Embiid. Throwing multiple bodies at Giannis, throwing multiple players at Embiid, giving them different looks. That's what it's most about. It's not going to be Drummond versus Embiid one-on-one. It's the fact that we have LaMarcus to throw at Embiid. We have Drummond to throw at Embiid. We have a whole bunch of centers.
You have James Johnson. You have Ben Simmons. You can have Ben Simmons if you need to.
Yeah.
We did not have that luxury last year.
We didn't have that last year.
We had Blake Griffin. Yeah, Blake Griffin.
You had Blake Griffin. You had Blake Griffin. You didn't even have James Johnson. You had Blake Griffin. That was it. That was Blake Griffin was taking all of the beatings. Just him.
Yeah.
And LaMarcus Aldridge retired. You didn't have anyone.
Yeah. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We need a lot of likes, bro. This is a big we for us. We needed this win. We need this win. Let me check the chat. My fault, y'all. I gotta show y'all some love. Shout out Joey. He said, shout out Joey. What's up, bro? Daniel said, can't wait to see Ben Simmons defending with Drummond. Yeah, man, that's gonna be good. Blake Griffin, Cash Sneaker said Blake Griffin. Eric said, bro, this Clax slander go crazy. Clax is a bench player for certain teams. I don't know who's slandering Clax. We never slandered Clax. We just said this is probably not the matchup that we want.
No, Leb said it. He never felt so like he never thought he would say that he was glad to not see Clax. That they're not like he hasn't been on the floor, right? Like he would never say he's actually glad he hasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't no Clax slander. It's just that the matchup, what was presented to us, we had to go big against the Bucks. Like, look at their team.
Clax has his. I'm sorry, but Clax has his place.
Yeah.
But if we're being extremely honest, you only, for me, want to bring Clax in when you want to lock up one of their guys on the perimeter. As far as
as far as small ball teams,
I'm sorry. As far as
when you're going straight switching, and say Simmons is there, right? You just want to go straight switching. You can do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Our versatility is
versatility is good.
Our versatility on this team is like I said, we have ability to go big when we play the Bucks. Then we play a small ball team. You can go switch. You can go big. You can go Ben Simmons at the 5. You can go Clax at the 5 to switch at the perimeter. You know what I'm saying? And so the fact that we have a boatload of centers to throw at Embiid. Meanwhile, we have Ben Simmons, KD. You can put Ben Simmons on hard and put Ben Simmons on the best player on the other team. They're gonna hold down the perimeter while we have a boatload of centers to throw at Embiid. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not just one guy versus one guy. Like superstars are gonna score. You can't avoid that. Giannis is gonna score.
As good as Claxton's been though, like Claxton didn't give us what we needed. And for 2 seasons, we've been arguing, give me a guy that can give you 10 and 10 every game consistently, and we would be happy, right? And we now have a guy that can give you 10 and 10 consistently. And arguably, and the important part is that he's giving it to you at moments that you arguably, when the game is on the line and you need somebody down low to be that you can somewhat rely on consistently, we now have that. Whereas before you couldn't, as good as Clax is, you couldn't rely on him to be a true center that you needed sometimes, a guy that was going to grab the rebound. Yeah, for sure. On the perimeter, great. Good switch defender. That's great.
We have like 3. The best part about us, we have like 3 different types of centers. We got the scoring center, LaMarcus, and he's a rim protector. Then you got Drummond, the rebounding and big body rim protecting center, another one. Then we got Clax, the switch perimeter center, and then Dayron, a rebounding, another big body center. So it's like we got so many different types of centers. Like I said, it's just a good luxury to have for us,
Yeah, that's a great luxury.
Yeah. Let me read the poll. Shout out. Make sure I hit the like button. I put up the poll. Who was the best role player last night? Bruce Brown, Andre Drummond, James Johnson, and Seth Curry. I was gonna put LaMarcus on there, but I didn't know.
People are asking for the Discord link. Are we?
We opening a Discord again?
I don't know. I mean, because listen, y'all, I know a few people have asked about Discord link, but we went through a heavy thing where there's just trolls and
Yeah,
immature
we
kids
had to
that
cut
want
off
to
the
be in
Discord
there.
because it was getting bad, bro. Like we was getting
People-
hacked. Not
Yeah.
it was like
We're
it was
getting
debating-
raided and that.
yeah, we were getting raided. People are coming in here just trolling in the Discord, so we had to like cut it down. You know what I'm saying?
It's cooled down for now, but we're still just.
How about this? And I said this to one guy earlier. If you want to get in your Discord link and you follow me on Twitter, send me a DM. I'll do a little interview with you, and then I'll hand it out. But you've got to reach out to one of us. Like send me a DM.
Because when I started Discord, let me make this clear. When I started Discord, right, I just wanted to talk with, just create a Nets community to talk with, and thanks to Rage putting me on, just start a community to talk with. I was gonna expect it to grow to like 1,000 people in Discord or whatever, but the amount of trolls and people that are in there just to like troll us and talk, talk ish. It's just like it gets too much, you know what I'm saying? It gets too much where I'm like, I gotta create bots to hold y'all guys down and stuff like that, and it gets toxic, it gets toxic. So it's like I expected it to go crazy, but not like this. I was like, oh no, this is gonna get.
It got point to the point where people were literally trying to sabotage the channel because they couldn't be like somewhat mature and have mature conversations. We even created certain chat channels if you wanted to go be a moron and you could go do it in there, but. Shout out to Jelani. Drummond turned us from a bottom feeding rebounding team to a top 5 rebounding team with the big four. Drummond is a 15 and 15 type guy. I definitely think once we are full healthy, Drummond is going to be a lot better because they are going to make him better going forward. I agree with that. I'm not afraid of the Ben Simmons Drummond setup. I'm not at all, especially if we have KD, Kyrie in there and whoever else.
Curry and Joe Harris.
So I'm not too concerned about it yet. I do have to say one thing. Elbara, I agree with you. I'm a little salty because it's like Harden's doing all the things that he wasn't doing for us or that we were expecting. And now he's like hitting step back threes consistently. He's not turning the ball over. He's passing the ball. He's being efficient. He's not standing. Yeah, he's doing everything that we didn't want him to do here, where he was doing, and the kicker of it is this fat, excuse my language if no kids are around, this fat fuck, this pain in this asshole was doing it on purpose to get out of Brooklyn. That's what irritates me. That's what makes me salty. Is that
let's not talk about it. Don't talk about that.
Yeah, let's not.
I'm just glad. Hey, all I'll say on the fact that both teams got better, and I'm taking what we got right now over what we had.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done talking about it. I'm done talking about it.
But let me say this: Julius Randle and RJ
Drummond
Barrett.
better. It's okay. It's all right.
Julius Randle and RJ Barrett are terrible. I don't care. RJ Barrett had 46 versus the Heat. Both these two dudes have been in the league for a good amount of time, and none of them have a right hand.
The Knicks they got to blow it up. It's time. I told all my friends that are Knicks fans, like, y'all got to blow it up. It's a wrap. Like, trade Julius, just play the kids and rebuild. It's rebuild time. It's rebuild time.
Can we get an award for like since we have most improved? Can we have biggest drop off after most improved? I feel like
the worst improved player.
Worst improved.
Looking at it now, Lonzo.
Imagine showing up to the honors to get that fucking award.
Yeah.
Seriously, RJ and Randall. Like, how long RJ been in here? What, 4 seasons, 3 seasons, and you still don't have a right hand? He's just going left constantly. It's crazy.
Let me read the super chat. Thank you, Jelani. He said I had to tell some Bucks fans to suck it. Yeah, boy. We smoking on that Bucks pack, bro. I should have posted the smoke with the Bucks logo. I'll post it later.
Hey,
we smoking on that Bucks pack tonight.
Brooklyn went. Oh, you know what, Rage? You know what you could do? Find me an Elmer Fudd photo of Elmer Fudd hunting with a shotgun, and say it's hunting season, like, and put the Brooklyn on his head, like, because we were hunting. Yeah, we went hunting.
So I know the poll is right now 75% said Andre Drummond, and second place is Bruce. I'm giving my vote to Bruce because I think he was the best role player last night. I mean, his defense was great. 5 for 10 from the field. That key 3 for 5 from 3. Who would have thought Bruce Brown would have shot like that? 3 for 5 from 3. He made all his free throws. 7 rebounds. He was great on the boards for us. And then that 15 points plus 18. I'm giving my best role player to Bruce. I loved what I saw from Bruce. I know Saint said Drummond. Ray, you said Drummond too? And then Chubbs, yeah, the Drummond and Chubbs. Who's your role
I
player?
mean, Drummond's
Yeah,
running
Drummond.
away
Are y'all all
with it,
Drummond? I'm
but
the only
I
Bruce
can
Brown.
Drummond's block and rebounds and finish, like, just the thing was, like, Drummond is giving you, like, we've needed rebounding for so long, and just to have someone who can be there to get a rebound and finally not having to be like, oh my gosh, they're getting all these second chance points, we have no one there,
Right.
like, where's our center? That's what we continue to say, where's our center? And Drummond's there. He's able to be there for a defensive presence because he's literally like 7 foot, 280 pounds. That's just a presence.
But I mean, listen, he blocked Giannis and he dunked on Giannis. And yes, and this guy said he's not a role player. I get it, but better wording. Who is the player of the game outside of Kyrie is probably a better way to say this. But I would say, listen, Drummond blocked and dunked on Giannis. That's ultimate, and others. That's why he wins for me.
Yeah, but an underrated thing with Drummond is he's not afraid to get on the floor to fight for the 50-50 ball. That's one thing I've noticed. There was times where he's diving for the ball, and just to be that big and just to put your body on the line like that was probably the underrated part of this whole game.
I mean, Drummond was a backup center though. People are saying he's not a role player. He was a role player. Like he was literally playing like 8 minutes on that Philly team. Well, not like let me like 10 to 15 coming off the bench. He wasn't playing big minutes.
He was playing like 12.
Yeah. I mean, he's like I said,
he was behind the best center in the NBA. He wasn't gonna.
Yeah.
He wasn't getting much time.
So let me get this straight. When the team's fully healthy, y'all want Drummond at the 5, or you guys are like kind of deciding whether to put Ben at the 5? Because a lot of people have saying that our best lineup.
I still want to experiment, but right now I'm leaning towards Drummond. Drummond's been perfect, and
because Ben at the 5
will be a lot
scary
less
too,
tired.
though,
He'll be a lot less tired with everyone. He won't have to do much on offense. He just needs to play the paint.
You have flexibility. I mean, that's the thing, though.
Yeah.
This is where I hope, like, I wish, unfortunately, we had more time to experiment. But it's like when you have Ben in there, it just opens up your possibility that, like, yeah, you could start Drummond. And as much as I kind of want him to start, at the same time, it's like if you're going with a small ball lineup, that changes everything. Yeah. And even still, like, you could still start LaMarcus and like be fine. But I don't know, man. It's having Drummond in there right now starting has been perfect. And just being able to pivot away from him. I mean, you saw it work against the Bucks. You had Drummond. You have to arguably admit, like, if you're going to look at it from a step back situation, look at Drummond and JJ and that lineup, and just imagine Ben in JJ's spot, and it worked, right? Like, just that's what you're doing. You're taking JJ out and you're putting Ben in there. And if it works between JJ and Drummond,
and you're not going to be starting Bruce Brown, you're going to have more offense.
Yeah.
Well, put it this way: against small ball teams, try Ben at the 5, because look at teams like the Celtics. They are now one of the best switch teams in the league in terms of one of the best switching teams in the league. So to combat that, putting Ben at the 5, I feel like definitely evens out the defense in terms of that. But teams like the Grizzlies that are just tall, Cavs that are tall as hell, Bucks, even the Sixers, you wanna try Ben and Drummond, and that's probably our considered big lineup for starting and closing to a sense.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't. The reason I don't want to see Ben and Drummond, just like what that guy said, that last comment. The reason I don't want to see Ben and Drummond together is because, again, it just kind of clogs the paint. And then at the times, I feel like they should be separated. I feel like Drummond and Ben should be separated. I know people are like, "Oh, it could work, it could experiment," but I don't know. I have a bad feeling about it.
It stopped a full team of Bucks, didn't it?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, you have to look at it from
I guess it's matchup based. It's matchup based.
Yeah, it's matchup based, but you also have to understand, like, it stopped. It helped put a stop to the Bucks last night.
Yeah,
like the Bucks, like, how many other times? Giannis still had his points, but let's be honest, dude was he
didn't have as big of a footprint.
No, he wasn't able to abuse us as much as he was all the other games. But were you going to say?
Can we agree that? I said, saying, can we agree that lineup will not work against certain teams?
Of course not. Of course, no. I know,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying against teams that, like, there are a lot of teams that have big lineups down there that you're going to have to run with Drummond. But there are also some other teams that, hey, they're too fast. Let's make our small ball lineup. Let's put Ben at the 5. We'll move KD, and we'll shift it in. Like, I'm totally for it. I'm just saying it's for the majority of the time, as of right now, it should be Drummond.
Saints, check your Discord.
Shout out to Elijah Hall. Why would you go small against the Celtics? They have Robert Williams. You could make a case that Robert Williams is definitely a lot more athletic than
he's like
and a lot quicker and he's a lot quicker than our centers.
Yeah,
I mean,
Robert Williams is kind of like Clack, the anti-Clax to me. He does he does all the things that what Clax does, except for like he's not really that good on the perimeter. But Robert Williams is not like a big body center to me. I mean, you could go smaller. I mean, it depends because the Celtics to me they don't really they have Al Horford and they have Robert Williams. So they at times Al Horford does put at the 5 sometimes too, and then most of the time their coach goes small. Like when their closing lineups is gonna be small ball. They're gonna go small. Those closing lineups.
Shout out to T-Rex. Hey, T-Rex.
Oh, T-Rexy.
He says, shout out to myself for the halftime spaces. Yes. Listen, if you don't know about like space, like Twitter Spaces, right? You need to get in there. Especially I do a halftime Twitter Spaces. And anytime I do Spaces, like if we start one and T-Rex is there, he pretty much closes it out. And yesterday's was awesome. If you didn't hear it, especially last night after the game, Spaces was great. But shout out to T-Rexy. Hey, and I'm even more willing to let T-Rexy come up here and close out the stream one night. He needs to. But shout out to you, bro.
T-Rexy, man. Shout out T-Rexy.
I said the Nets cannot lose the 3-point battle and James Johnson. James Johnson is a C-rank all-around player. James did a good job guarding Giannis. Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did.
We will give him that. We will 100% give him that.
Yeah, if y'all want to hear the most New York accent, like if 90s New York was just a person, go listen to T-Rexy on Spaces.
That's a fact. T-Rexy be on timing with his every Spaces. T-Rexy be on timing.
I'm not gonna lie. My first thought when I heard T-Rexy is that I thought I was listening to Biggie Smalls.
Yeah, I thought he was trying to sell me a mixtape.
I thought I was like, oh shit.
Yo.
Hey,
my guy, bro.
Should we get Jay up here now?
Yeah, you can bring Jay.
Hey, Jay, if you're listening, pull up. I send it in the DM. But shout out to Rage. Me and Rage work. I'll give him a thought, and he creates. So this is why I love working with Rage. But
he's got the brain. He's got the brain. I don't really think of anything, but
you've had some winners, bro. No, I'm just saying, but we work well together. Like I can just type out a few words and you come back with a W. So
yo, Ray,
that's hilarious.
That is great, bro.
That's hilarious.
That is gonna go. I'm gonna be.
I gotta post that on Instagram.
Yeah,
I'm posting this on Instagram right now. Actually, I'm posting it on Instagram and Twitter right now.
Exactly.
Beautiful job, Rage. Beautiful job. Yeah, we smoking on that Bucks pack early, man. If you're just joining us right now, we're just enjoying the Bucks pack. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Vote on the poll. What do we talk about? So we talked about the game. We want to talk about Kyrie. How you guys feel about Kyrie doing what he did last night? And we saw Kyrie hug his dad. You know, it was just good. It was good. It was just good vibes last night from
Get the damn exemption, please, and hurry at the hell. Eric Adams,
hurry the hell up.
Eric Adams, hurry up, bro. I have my criticisms of Kyrie, but one thing I will never question is that man's talent for the game, bro. 38 points on 53% from the field.
Yeah.
Come on,
5 assists, 5 rebounds. Yeah.
I was waiting for that. That was the game I've been waiting for, to be quite honest. That was the game.
A lot of people were saying, like, I mean, the criticisms were coming. Kyrie can't carry. Kyrie can't win a game dolo. Kyrie didn't, and Kyrie proved on national television, listen, I'm still that guy. I'm top 7-5, and I just beat a fully loaded Bucks team with their full roster, So he was like that last night. And we gotta give Kyrie some love. Like big love to Kyrie. Yeah, Julian's not here. The president of Kyrie Nation not here, Julian. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, mind you, I think he was online for the if we were to stream last night, but it's daytime, so he probably sleeping or something.
Yeah, he might be working.
Shout
out Julian, bro. Dude, if you watching Julian,
I'm like, I should have texted him. I'm like,
he's asleep.
Because I usually with my Kyrie breakdowns, I give it to Julian because he's a Kyrie fanatic. He breaks down Kyrie's game like so beautifully. Shout out Isaac, what's good, bro? Eric Adams, yeah, Erica Adams.
Erica Adams.
Erica Adams needs to drop the mandate ASAP, bro. Drop that ASAP.
I mean, it's coming, but his last speech kind of basically let you know, like, we're going to do it slowly. And if it happens to coincide with helping the Nets for the playoffs and the regular season, he said, so be it. And if not, it is what it is. Like, that's pretty much like he left it at as like, it's coming. It's just a matter of when it is. And
yeah, can that
that's
one
the
hurry up?
frustrating part.
And then the frustrating part is he's not going to be able to play in Toronto because of the Toronto doesn't let unvaxxed people in the country. I think those are the rules. I know they keep changing the rules.
That's crazy. They visit their country like that.
So I don't know if Kyrie probably
as we're
stayed or traveled.
But as long as we're fully healthy, if we have to happen to play, let's just say out of somewhere random we have to play the Raptors for a play-in, right? Like we'll just say worst case scenario, and we're fully healthy by then. I'm not worried about not having Kyrie if we have to play it in Toronto. If you're telling me I have Ben Simmons, KD, and
Kevin Durant's beating them by himself.
Like I'm not worried about the only thing that hurts right now is that where we're at, and it's like we could potentially, unfortunately, like if we can get I'm hoping we get KD back for both games. Unfortunately, I think knowing the Nets, they're probably gonna opt for him to play the second of the two Toronto games. That's my opinion. I don't think they're going to push KD for back-to-backs, but
Nash said he doesn't expect KD to play either of those games. But
either of the Raptors games?
Well, he said
I think he's coming back.
He can come back in like the next 3 games. So
I think he's coming back the second. I'm gonna call this second game.
That's what I'm saying.
Woj said it was up to KD.
Yeah, well, if it's up to KD, he'll be there tomorrow.
I think he's gonna play the second Raptors game. I think it's gonna be the second one. I don't know if it's gonna be.
If he comes back questionable on that status report, he's playing.
Yeah,
if he's questionable on that status report, he's probably suiting up.
Not Monday, not tomorrow. I think the second one Tuesday. I think we'll see KD Tuesday. That's just me hoping. I don't know. I gotta talk. We'll see what Jay says when if we can get Jay up here. Somebody said that's why Canada had their protest at their bridge between America and Canada. Oh, they had a protest because of that. You can't enter Canada. Yeah, it sucks, man. It sucks.
Yeah, what's stupid to me? Well, not stupid. I mean, I guess it is kind of. I mean, but stupid and smart. It's like, yeah, you can. Unfortunately, you don't have to prove you're vaccinated now to get into a place in Toronto. You know, up there, but to get into the country you still have to be vaccinated. So it's like all right, dude, just
shout out Jay. He said I already know the New York mayor will grant Kyrie permission play by next week. Shout out JC. AMB said if we win the first Toronto game, KD isn't coming back until Miami. You think so? I don't know about that.
I mean, there's a good chance, but why would you want to come back against a team like that, though, especially against PJ Tucker too? You know how he get.
PJ Tucker, like
he did.
Fouling
Turtlehead
Tucker.
PJ Tucker, the first game back.
PJ Tucker, the first game back is sick. I think when KD does come back though, it definitely should be minutes restricted. Hopefully, we see some minutes restricting. Like I don't want to see KD 48 right off the bat. Like I need at least maybe 30. I'll give KD 30. 25 to 30 minutes.
He really should be playing the Monday game and getting minutes restricted anyways. Like you should be able to be back because like if they said he's been perfectly fine. Like you don't gotta run KD through the ground. You don't gotta do that.
Yeah, you don't gotta do that. Let me read some more comments. People are saying, okay, hold on, these comments going pretty fast. The Canadian trucker rally. Oh wow, yeah, it's a big political thing over there. Yeah. PJ Tucker abused KD. When's KD coming back? We were just talking about that. We're not totally sure.
Definitely this week is confirmed. It's just which game.
It's just which game. Yeah, I'm thinking he's gonna come that second Toronto game. That's just my opinion, but it could change. Like I said, if he plays Monday, I just hope we just restrict his minutes. I don't want to see KD playing 40 minutes.
Well, you got to look at
injury.
You know? I love how like Nets fans really think they good. Well, apparently you can't spell.
Nets fans.
Net fan really think they're good.
Net fan really.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
We gotta talk about Ben Simmons. That report that came out about his back soreness. I guess we saw Shams post that he's dealing with back soreness. That's why his ramp up has been slow. How you guys feel about? And why does this always happen to the Nets? Why when people come to the Nets and then the injuries start happening? Like, come on, bro. I mean, back soreness is not like a total thing, but it's
Yeah,
it is a little
it's still a back issue, which is
it's
not
a back issue.
not
Back is
too-
really bad. Basketball, oh my god, back is
Yeah.
like, bruh. Back.
Yeah.
You ever had back spasms before? Back spasms.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Oh no. No.
Yo,
no,
you
no,
cannot
no.
move. Like, forget
You
playing.
can't even lay down with that.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's bad.
Yo, back spasms go like I think T-Mac. I think that ended up killing T-Mac's career at the end of his career. The back spasms, like Tracy McGrady's career, like was
Yeah.
ended because of that.
I
Like, I
mean-
mean, it's not totally a concern, but it's
Yeah. I mean, let's be a little optimistic. Granted, he's a freak athlete. Granted, he's young, but he hasn't played basketball in 7 months.
Yeah.
Like, so obviously, and Nash, I'm not trying to put too much stock into it, but he just said, it's just a little irritation off of getting ramped up like that, especially with saying, I think around the tweet say he's starting to really ramp it up. I think that's when it's like his body wasn't ready for that big of a jump yet.
Yeah.
So definitely just like muscle memories coming back in. Like
it's just good to see he's working. Like he's doing the physio, he's doing conditioning, he's doing individual workouts with Kyle Korver. It's just good to know he's in the gym, but he's just not ready yet. He's just not ready yet.
Hey, real quick, shout out to Go Nets. Looking like he's coming, what I say, from across the pond. What's up, Kingdom? I've been studying for my CEH, and I had to go 0 dark 30 on basketball. So happy the quitter left. Look how fluent we are now. Facts.
Big shout out. Thank you, Go Nets, man. Appreciate the love, bro. You had to go 0 dark 30. That's funny.
I'm instituting a new thing that when you hear this, and I'll do it once in a while, and I think hopefully AJ you're okay with it. But when you hear this, let's see, is it doing it? No, it's not doing it. All right. Anyways, there will be a knock. There will be a knock at a door when I get it situated. When you hear a knock at the door, that means we have a guest coming in, and it could be somebody you know, and it could be somebody you don't know. So
that's a good touch.
Be prepared. I'm going to try it once in a while, but I welcome him to the stage. Is the one, the only bedside janitor.
Oh, we got him.
And we may have Leb pulling up shortly thereafter.
The janitor's here, y'all. Everybody, is there a broom emoji? Can you guys put broom emojis in the chat? Put your broom emojis. We got the infamous.
I don't have a broom, but I got this.
We gotta teach.
I'm gonna hold this.
Yo, is that the Swiffer?
Yeah, I got one. Hey, we gotta teach Jay how to put Jay, like when you look at your screen, he does. No, he can put in his little circle where the icon is. He can put his little J from.
Right.
The logo. You still got the logo. You can put the logo up.
Put that up.
And that logo is fire, bro.
Shout out to Adam. He can put that up. Like he sent. I think Adam sent him one that he can put up for like he did in Twitter.
Yeah. How do I do that?
So I don't know if on your screen in the upper right corner it'll show like your box. In the upper right corner of where your box is that shows your name and everything, there should be a button that says edit. Like on mine, it'll say edit audio avatar. And you can put a picture in there.
Yeah, before you join the studio, it should show you edit picture and you can add it in there.
Yeah, you can do it before you join. You could, but you can also do it, I believe, from.
Oh, you can do it too. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
But Leb, we'll bring Leb up too after we're going to talk with Jay for a little bit, and then we'll bring up we'll bring in Leb if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'll read some more comments. Thank you guys. Make sure you guys hit the like button and vote on that poll for us too. It says who was the best role player last night? 260 votes. Andre Drummond 72%. Bruce Brown second place with 15%. Seth Curry 10%. Third place. So everybody, Nets Nation is voting that Andre Drummond was the best. I guess role guy last night. People are saying he's not a role player, but I mean, hey. Like I said, he was a backup center that came onto our team. So I mean, if he's y'all starting center, he's y'all starting center. Maybe he's a starter.
Yeah.
Should we call him starting center? Drummond.
I'll do starting center.
Starting center dropped.
Side note, before we move on, I just find that Emmanuel quickly took 2 whole ass steps out of bounds, and they're mad that the call got called a out of bounds play. That's funny.
Oh, really?
he took a whole 2 steps out of bounds, and it's mad, and Thibs got a check off that.
That's mad funny. Oh man, Jay, you there though, bro? Is he there?
Yeah, he's here.
Probably
Yeah.
not.
I'm
Oh,
about
okay.
to take some garbage outside.
Oh yeah, bro. Like I said, I missed the spaces last night, but I saw y'all was heavy on it. I just wanted you to come in here and cook up what you like. I want to see what your views on, your takes on the game. How'd you feel about the game last night?
I mean, I'll echo a lot of things that you all already said. I echo a lot of things that you all already said. Let me put it into a nutshell like this. One thing that I was extremely excited about last night, and at a certain point in the fourth quarter, I was behind, but I caught up in watching the game. At a certain point in the fourth quarter, I went from excited about what I was seeing to like, you know what? This reminded me of 2 weeks ago in Miami, but let's just get a win tonight.
Yeah.
Right.
For the team morale. And what really excited me, a couple things. I wasn't upset that Bobby Portis was going off and having an out of body experience.
You talking about Bobby, Steph Curry, Portis, Bobby, Steph Curry, Portis.
And shout out to Pork Chop Johnson for the block at the end. Like I saw people say he was screaming and cursing at Coach Nash. He wasn't. He was talking to either Coach Vaughn or Coach Vanderpool.
Yeah.
About switching him off Giannis, but they were right to do that. He just did great help defense. Yeah. But what I was really excited about, to put what everyone has said into a nutshell, is playoffs and especially championship.
Yeah.
Your stars are going to do what your stars do. Period. So while Kai got off and Giannis had a good game, not an excellent dominant game like he usually has, playoffs and championship, your role players are going to have to step up. Period.
Yeah.
Bobby Portis stepped up for them. For us, it was Pork Chop Johnson. It was former 15th man Bruce Brown. It was Andre Drummond. It was Seth Curry. I mean, we had multiple role players step up. And I was excited about that because it was playoff type atmosphere last night, even with us having so many guys out.
Yeah.
You need your role players to step up and hit shots and make defensive plays and do all the necessary things that will help you win the games, to fill in voids for the stars. And we got that last night.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think that's an underrated, like what you said, bro. Because a lot of people, like, they watch basketball, and then I know it's a stars league. Of course, it's a stars league, but all these championship teams, you go to every championship team that's ever won, like Jay said, has role players making like we saw last night, timely blocks. We saw a timely block by Drummond. Crucial. 1 minute left. Bruce Brown hits a 3. You know, these are role players, and that's what the biggest difference with the Nets team last year and this year. We didn't have we weren't this deep. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have this depth, and we didn't have these role players. We had like Shaman and Tyler Johnson, but those guys weren't like. It's not to the level that we at now. That the support system that KD and Kyrie have now, it's just amazing. You know, it's amazing. Like it's great to see, bro. Somebody said they're laughing at Pork Chop Johnson. Yo, that's mad funny.
Yeah, Pork Chop Johnson is hilarious. Pork Chop Johnson is hilarious.
Yo, let me add on to that though. You know the interesting thing, and I understand Daryl Morey has a love affair with that guy, right?
Yeah.
So he got him, and he wanted to get his guy. This is where both teams win, but he doesn't understand how much more we won. I'm a huge Ben fan right now. I'm gonna take him off the table for a second. The thought process of we filled in holes that we knew we needed to fill
Yeah.
With that trade, never mind the draft picks, never mind Ben. We filled in holes. Seth is so underrated as a player.
Oh yeah.
And then Drummond is a huge body who, when he plays within himself,
Yeah. When he's
is
not
very
Lakers,
good.
when he's not Lakers Drummond, when he
Right.
turns back into Lakers Drummond for those few possessions.
Right.
Yeah.
But they're able to be complementary pieces. And sometimes the NBA will humble you where you think you're a star and you don't get star money, but what do you do after that? Some people just fold.
Yeah.
For a number of reasons. He hasn't folded. Even that Laker experiment last year, it's difficult to play him and AD together. There's no getting around it.
Yeah.
And then LeBron wants to be in the middle, so he doesn't have a fit. For us, with the exception of Porkchop Johnson constantly trying to grab rebounds from him, everybody else knows, he going up for the board. Let me get out of his way. Because one, he probably gonna get the board. Two, if he elbows me or puts his body on me, he gonna hurt me.
Yeah.
And then thirdly, Saint alluded to this earlier. I was talking about this on Spaces a little bit last night. Last night I don't know if he had heard that, but the importance for me of people been calling him DeAndre Drummond, right? And what Rage called him Abdul Drummond, right? The importance of him for me is what all is he pouring into Day-Day.
Yep. No. I had the same thought, dude, because when I heard you say that, but I had already had thought that when we acquired him, because I immediately was like, yo, the similarities between these two are pretty damn good. So but I think it's just great minds think alike, bro. But go on with what you're saying.
Just to add on to that, it's like Day-Day is a miniature version of him.
Yep.
And he talks to Day-Day on the bench. And this is what we need, not just because a lot of times we look at what's happening on the court. A lot of these young guys will learn from the veterans by what's being said to them on the bench during the flow of a game. What's happens in practice, what happens during timeouts, the type of teaching and the pointing out things that are being done. And Day-Day is that type of guy. I need to take video of this, but he's that guy who's actually listening and absorbing this stuff from them.
Yeah.
So look, I'm a proponent of, and this is me right now. Maybe it'll change, who knows? But me right now, I'm a proponent of, can we re-sign Drummond? Can we get him back for another 2-3 years? Does he want to do that? At least 2, which would be a seamless transition into Day-Day being our center moving forward.
Yeah. Wait, Jake. So with re-signing Drummond, because this is an issue we're gonna have with next year, everybody's basically up for re-signs. So with Drummond, would he have to take? He would have to take less money though if he wants to stay with us.
Less how?
Like how I'm assuming like his value might go up after the season, so another team might kind of make him an offer. Well, is he a free agent? He's a free agent, right? Yeah.
He's a free agent.
Yeah, he is.
So you think another team might make an offer that will be? They see how Drummond's playing right now, and they'll make that offer, and then you think, we won't be able to give him as much money as
I don't know that he'll get more than the mid-level.
You don't think so?
I don't think so either.
I mean, Ayton's available, and Phoenix acts like they're cheap. Well, excuse me, Phoenix is cheap. They don't act like anything. Phoenix is cheap.
Yeah.
Where does he rank among free agent centers? Do I think he's going to get more than Dub C? No, I don't. Because Dub C's 22.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And and there are teams who'll say to them, who'll talk themselves into Dub C more than they'll do Drummond. Isn't Drummond like 26? I think
he's 28.
28.
28. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah.
Teams look at him like he's a dinosaur, and they don't respect the center position as one that they want to pour a lot of money into.
Yeah, it's a dying position in the NBA. It is. It's like
It
because
just happens to fit us better. Yeah.
it fits us better what we need, but in the league is you know how the league is now. Everything's small, modernized. Everybody can shoot, spacing. You know how the league is now.
I mean,
Everybody
there are some positives to re-signing, like that we definitely, because I mean, who knows how the offseason is going to go, right? Like, you don't know what's going on with Joe Harris. You don't know if they're willing to pivot off Joe Harris, right? Like, you just don't know. Like, there's some aspects of this that could free up more money, but at the same time, you look at the last couple seasons with Drummond, and just, you know, from going from Detroit to LA, and it's like, it's not like the market's been drastically huge for Drummond either, right? Like, yeah, you always like, if he comes here and he just kills it the rest of the season with it, and we make him look like a stud, yeah, you run that risk. But like, I think, and somebody just pointed out earlier, it's like, let's be honest too, like like Drummond's home. Drummond's a Jersey kid, right? Like, so on some level,
Connecticut.
I thought he was Jersey though.
Nah, he's
he's
born in Mount Vernon.
Born in Mount
grew up
Vernon,
Connecticut.
He grew up,
okay.
When I went to nationals, I told you, Jay, when I went to
done-
nationals, I saw Drummond like in nationals in Florida when I was playing AAU. And bro, the coach was letting him. This is where he, like, people forget, like, this is why he can pass so good, because the coach in AAU, because he used to play for CBC, which is an AAU team in Connecticut. The coach would let him play point guard. Like, I was literally shocked on this 6'11" dude coming down the court throwing passes. The coach would let him do, and the score of the game was like they were blowing the other team out by like 50 or 60, and Drummond's literally handling the ball, going down the break, dunking on people, throwing behind the back passes. So I think, like, since his coach let him do that early on in his AAU days, I feel like that passing kind of like.
Is that when he was skinny? Was he skinny?
Yeah,
then? That was skinny Drummond.
Yeah, he was skinnier back then. But
Yo,
it was
AJ,
like
you
crazy.
probably know my little cousin. He used to dominate Drummond.
Oh, in AAU.
Yeah, my little cousin is a Brooklyn legend, man.
Oh, I'm about to do my. I probably seen him around. Like I said, that nationals was crazy, bro. I mean, I seen
you might have played with him before. His street ball name is Access Denied.
Oh, I know who that is. Oh,
It's my little cousin.
That's your. Oh, okay. Oh, you.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Nah,
okay. I didn't even know that was your cousin.
Crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's crazy, bro. Oh wow, that's crazy. Let me read some comments. Oh, we got Jay from him. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We got Jay here.
Now, just also to throw in here, I added Leb, the one and only Leb, who just
Leb's in here?
can't stand Claxton, but now is all about Ben Simmons. You know?
Yeah,
See,
Leb-
I
Cloud of the
got
mighty
added
has
in here,
fallen.
and I wanted to say some shit. But I didn't want to like scare people because like it don't look like I popped up on the screen, and I was like, do I like do the knock that Saint was trying to do? Or some
I
shit?
have
Like,
to set that up. That one kind of that failed miserably, but I'm gonna have that set up going
Leb,
forward.
you got the chat wants to know why Claxton is not playing, so you have to. Since
Yeah.
you're our Claxton analyst.
he belongs in China. That's why.
Yo, so you gotta tell the chat why WC or Claxton is not playing.
Because he's not as good as Aldridge or Drummond.
Mm.
It's as simple as that.
Damn, bro. Damn. Yo.
Bro, why you gotta throw that up there? It's just a fact.
Yeah. Clax, like I said, Clax is gonna be used.
I mean that, and he's throwing a
when-
little fit over Harden being gone. Like,
Yeah, Clax is gonna be used when he like
You
I
mean that
said,
guy?
when he goes small, when we play small ball teams, I feel like Clax will be used a little bit more, and I think it'll be in spurts. But now that we have so many centers that are good, we have good centers. Like, he's just gonna fall like in that bench
I mean,
mob. But
and then when Ben comes back, like how much do you really see Claxton playing then?
yeah,
If
when Ben comes back
like,
too,
Ben's
it's
gonna
like
completely take
damn.
up that switching big role. Like,
Yeah, Clax is gonna be It's someone said Clax Glass. Y'all are crazy in the chat, yo.
I'm watching the Sixers and Knicks game right now, and I just see Paul Millsap out on the floor. I'm like, yo, is this dude really gonna be in their playoff rotation?
Backup
Paul Millsap,
backup
who
center
we were-
Paul Millsap.
They
What
have
a-
they have no choice.
Yeah,
Bro,
exactly. I was
so
just gonna
bad.
say that. Yeah,
Bro,
they don't have a
bro.
choice.
I mean, they have Paul
Rare,
Reed, but
man. Their 5 rotation is terrible after Embiid. They have Charles Bassey. What are you talking about? Like,
The Sixers are not deep, y'all. They're like injury. If injury happens in their playoffs, bro, to Embiid, bro,
because I
their
think a
bench
lot
is
of
not good
Sixers
enough.
fans are going to get lulled into thinking that that they're that like that their depth and their bench is that good because like dude, they have one of the easiest schedules. Like they're going to look really good, but then they're going to get a rude awakening when they run into some of the stronger teams.
Yeah. Like,
but shout out to Elijah Hall, send clacks to UK. Yeah, we're not doing the UK.
Yo, chill,
right
bro.
now,
Don't do that. No.
We appreciate the super chat, but there's
gotta
people
chill.
literally dying fighting. Yeah, we're not gonna do that.
And in this Knicks Sixers game right now, I know a lot has been made up of like how obviously the Sixers are going to be drawing a lot of foul calls. Mitchell Robinson and Jericho Sims have both already fouled out of this game. Like the Knicks starting in backup center with 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Like, that is
I watched Embiid go to the rack, not get fouled by his defender, but hit the defender in the face with the ball, and still gets a foul called on him.
Yeah.
Right, like Embiid still gets the foul call, even though the other guy didn't foul him, and he hits the guy in the face with the ball.
It's just with the soft officials, bro. The league is so soft now. Like it literally, like, bro, Embiid doesn't even make a post move. He just backs somebody down. Foul. It's like, bro, there's some contact you got to let warrant in basketball. Like the soft stuff in the NBA is terrible for the game, bro.
But look at it like this. The thing with Mitchell Robinson is, if the whole world's fate depended on him not fouling anybody, the world would blow up 2 years ago. Like I can't. He fouls for no reason.
Yeah,
that's true. This is the starting and backup center, him and Jericho Sims.
And
Jericho Sims is a rookie, so
but with 9 minutes left.
I mean, Jericho Sims, he's a rookie. He's gonna get hold, but Mitchell Robinson, he cannot. He's just not fouled to save his life. He
9
can't.
minutes.
He can't.
They played a total. How much did they even play in the game? They played 34 minutes and got 12 fouls. Jesus.
Yeah, dude.
It was but these referees.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jay.
Nah, these referees. And it's not just in this Philly game. The referees are like, at a certain point, you know how the NBA announces when they find players. They need to announce when they find these referees because there's so much. This ain't talking about the foul calls they given in this game. It's almost as if any game you watch, you be looking like, yo, what are you all watching? Like,
last night was so bad.
Did he blind? Did you see the Seth Curry travel? You saw the Seth Curry travel? That was mad funny. He pulled the rest book. And the refs didn't even do nothing.
He definitely did, but look, the refs let that go, but they usually don't pay attention to the dribble right there.
Yeah.
But what they called against us at the end of that game last night, it's kind of like, yo, come on, man. Yeah. Did you really call a 3-point? Look, I understand Embiid getting those calls today, but did you really call a 3-point shot for Grayson Allen? After Kyrie fouled him on the catch, I mean, come on, man. And then the other ref called a 3-point foul after Seth grabbed the guy.
Yo, it was terrible.
Embiid is 19 for 23 right now from the free throw line, and there's still 6 minutes to go.
Bro, and it's like I just
free throws
with these NBA refs.
Harden's 10 free throws that he also has.
Yeah, Harden. Yeah. And that's the other thing. He's gone over there, and all of a sudden now he's getting calls. He's hitting consistent step back threes. He's like,
bro,
that's the shit that has me salty about it.
With these NBA refs, all I want is consistency, bro. Every game is just so wildly different. You know, they don't have no consistency with the officiating. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta let guys. Because like this is probably why the center position is dying, because you post up and you just try to fight for a position, and you got to let that go sometimes, bro. It's basketball, you know what I'm saying? Not every little touch is a foul. This is why the league is soft, you know.
No, but you want consistency. I want to slightly disagree, because they're consistently bad.
Yeah, it's consistently inconsistent.
Yeah, it's consistently, but it's bad. That's a fact. Every game is just so. Like, one game you'll have every touch foul. Next game you got no touch fouls. It's like it's crazy, bro. I don't even want to explain it. But
Or like last night, you'll have us touch like where we were intentionally fouling them, and it was obvious we were going to intentionally foul them like
Yeah.
before they get the shot off, and the ref should be prepared like to call that the second that it happens, and you wait like a second and a half before you blow your whistle once he actually gets into the upward motion, like on Middleton's like that shooting foul or whatever when he was like damn near at half court. Honestly, they could have called that shooting because the referee took so damn long to blow that whistle. Like he took so long to like actually call the foul that had taken place that Middleton was in the upward motion once he actually like blew the whistle on that. Like, that's what's crazy. Like, are you really going to penalize us because your ref like just didn't blow it early enough? I don't get it.
Yeah.
And also, go ahead, Chubbs.
It's so crazy because like watching Embiid literally just flare his body up and get the foul, I thought that was supposed to be out of the rule book. But seeing guys like Kyrie and KD literally damn near get jumped by multiple people, physically like slapped up and touched, and no foul is insane to me. Like they're giving guys like Embiid, Trey, ghost calls where nobody touches them, but guys that are actually physically getting damn near beat up every time they get the ball, and they get no call. I don't see the logic in that.
This should make you guys laugh.
I posted that in the Discord. That's funny.
Yo, that's mad funny.
Maybe
Brooklyn be out 2 months.
Yeah, exactly. Lower back strain.
Hamstring strain.
Yo, what Chubbs just said, like about if Kyrie was complaining and getting those calls last night, that man would have had 50.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Easily. And you think about this, Kyrie had 38 and he only went to the line twice, 3 times?
I think he had 8.
Oh no, he went to the line. Okay.
He went to the line quite a few times only because he was getting fouled at the end of the game.
Yeah, that's when he kept going back to the line.
Oh, he was 8 of 9. He was 8 of if Kyrie was getting the foul calls that they give Embiid and that guy that left, bro, come on. Kyrie's what? Yo. 50, 40, 40, 50. Like it would be going crazy, bro. Because Kyrie's getting these buckets without getting calls, bro.
Embiid might finish this game with 30 free throw attempts. I'm not even gonna lie.
It's crazy, bro.
What do you guys think about Kyrie? What do you guys think about Kyrie's comments about after the game, where some people are saying like it was a shot at like Harden, just the way the ball moving, different things?
No, it was a shot. It was a shot at Harden. It was a shot at Harden. Come on.
I don't think it was. I mean,
shot at Harden.
I think he was talking about
that. Yeah.
You think it was?
Anything with ball movement, yeah.
Anything with ball movement,
any say our ball movement is so much better
anything
now.
We say is a shot at.
We know what we talk about.
In the world's eyes, anything the Nets fans say is a shot at Harden. Anything we say, you know how Harden stands are, bro. Oh, Jay, I want to ask Jay this too because the chat wanted to know about Steve Nash's improvement as a coach, and Steve Nash has gotten a lot of slack, and you know how it is with Steve Nash. The Fire Steve Nash gang in Twitter and the Fire Steve Nash gang on everywhere else, but we have seen Steve like boss up this year. Like he has done a better job. Definitely an improvement.
A part of and that's the game, last night's game in the background. Part of the interesting thing about his improvement is the man consistently outcoaches Coach Bud. I mean,
yeah, that's a fact.
But I'm just proud of people being honest about seeing it. Instead of usually, I'm glad that changed, because usually people would only talk about the game Kyrie had, and the game that Bruce Brown had, and the game that Pork Chop Johnson had, and the game that Abdul Drummond had. And it's like, at a certain point in time, if you're going to blame the coach for everything, at least give the coach some love also.
Yeah.
And he's outcoached a lot of people recently, even in losses. He's showing his worth. And look, my thing is consistently, as long as he doesn't lose us any playoff games.
Yeah. Do you think that
Hey, real quick, sorry to interrupt you. Shout out to Jelani. Appreciate the super chat.
Thank you, Jelani.
Yesterday's Nash coach with so much passion damn near got ejected. Imagine Kyrie was rusty and scored most points for shame. Drummond led us in 3 statistical categories: assists, rebounds, and steals. I mean, the one thing I will say about Nash is I will give Nash credit. Like how he was down the stretch from that third quarter and fourth quarter about managing rotations, putting people in.
The substitutions. I remember
Like
when I was reading the substitutions in the fourth quarter.
I definitely believe that Nash deserves some of the slander he gets, but I agree with Jay that there's nothing wrong with you have to be able to also give it back in the positive when he does do something, right? And like last night was a very big part of like you can't just say it was Nash had nothing to do with the win last night because he did, and it was obvious, right? Like those constant rotations, especially at the end of the game, to keep trying to like put in the right guy to make things work. Like between what he was doing and the players, like, listen, the players showed a ton of heart last night, and you could tell the energy was there. They wanted that win. They knew they could win, and they didn't fold and they didn't give up. And unfortunately, when you had the Harden in the locker room, and you got to those moments, because if you think about in that game last night, there were numerous times that we would get close in the first half, and then they would pull away again, right? Like, and I would argue that when Harden was here, the energy would be down so bad and it would be so obvious on him that you could see it and permeate the whole team. And it just like you didn't see that. Like since he's been gone, you see the energy that these guys keep fighting with. And I'm sure a lot of that does have to do with Nash. It has a lot to do with Harden being gone. And I mean, let's be honest, you got to give it to him. You can't just constantly say Nash sucks, Nash sucks. You got to give it to him when he deserves it. And last night's game was a huge reason, in my opinion. I definitely think he gets his kudos as well as the team does. You know, it can't just be Kyrie or Drummond. Like, he played a part.
Yeah. So you're joining us right now. We're just recapping last night's great win against the Bucks. Make sure you guys hit that like button for us. Get us to at least 200. Get us to 200 likes tonight or today. I keep saying tonight, like we're tonight, but today. And also ask y'all questions. We got Jay here. We got Leb here. Just put @Saint in the chat and ask y'all questions for Jay or Leb. You guys
can
have.
I add something to what Saint just said?
Yeah.
That like last night, one of the criticisms that Coach Nash constantly gets is his handling of timeouts. He handled his timeout so well. Like he called one where they got that phantom 3-pointer that the refs were acting like Wes Matthews clearly didn't have the ball in his hands when the buzzer went off, and he called the timeout immediately to stop whatever kind of run Milwaukee thought they were going to go on. And then at the end of the game, he still had 2 timeouts that helped us.
Can I ask you something about that real quick, Jay?
Yeah.
Don't mean to cut you off, but don't you think though that Nash should have used a challenge on that Grayson Allen 3 that they called a shooting foul?
I do.
Yeah, but we didn't, and we ended up not using it. I thought that was something that we could give him some criticism for.
Absolutely.
So I feel like it's in my opinion, it's hard to say like he did a great job managing his timeouts, because I feel like that was the point where we really should have challenged that, and we probably would have been successful with it, in my opinion. But I just wanted to make sure that was known as well.
With the way my pushback for that would be with the way that the referees called everything at the end of the game. I'm glad he didn't challenge that, because
in the end it worked out.
Eventually it was like, ball don't lie. You missed the free throw because you really weren't fouled on a 3, but had he called it there, right? They also messed up right on the play right after that on Seth Curry fouling Middleton and them saying 3-pointers. Now, if the refs don't step in, he would need to challenge there. Like but that's a part of another part of my pushback. He should not have to challenge.
That's 100% sure. I'll agree with that.
Like referees, what are you looking at?
Yeah.
He shouldn't have to challenge Grayson Allen. The referees should not have to get together and discuss if Chris Middleton was fouled shooting a 3-pointer. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, the rest was really bad. And I want to give credit to Nash also about subbing in LaMarcus at that end, because LaMarcus is a really good free throw shooter. That's just a good sub in too. When LaMarcus hit that free throw, I think it was like 3 seconds left.
Yeah.
Or he hit those 2 free throws. That's a great substitution right there.
Can I throw a service announcement in here? Please, y'all. There's 314 people watching. We got 170 likes. The more you smash and hit that like button and subscribe, the more it helps the channel immensely. Please, would appreciate it. We're not one of these channels out here that keep dropping links in there saying send money here, send money there. Oh, if you support, no, we ain't. Listen, we ain't like that. But the subscribe and hitting the like button helps us a lot. So please, if you can, smash that shit before you leave or right now. God, what was the other one I was just gonna say? But
you were talking about Nash.
No, but it was a couple service announcement. It was that, but whatever.
The Discord thing. Oh yeah, if you want to join on Discord,
yeah,
again,
that too.
Yeah, DM Saint on Twitter. Again, we had to cut off putting it in the chat because we have so much. I think if we put it in the chat now, it would be tons of 13 stands and beard stands.
Yeah, we're trying to. I'm sure we're going to open it back up. We're just trying to safeguard our Discord a little bit more. But yeah, if you have questions, just do @Saint. If you want to get in their Discord, DM me on Twitter. You can see at the bottom scrolling is our Twitter handles. Go ahead and hit me up there, and we'll work on getting you. We'll get you in there. Let's see. A couple questions came rolling in. I think the first one was, when do you think the mandate's going to be lifted, bro? I don't know, man. I'm hearing March 1st. I'm hearing middle of March. I'm hearing end of March. Like it's like, I think I really, like, for the first time, I think I can say I believe that it's coming. It's just, if I'm going on with what Eric Adams said last time, it's kind of like, it's like he said it's coming, but if it happens to coincide where it helps the Nets out with Kyrie Irving, he said, great. If it doesn't, it is what it is. He's just waiting for his medical team to tell him things, and that's what he's going to go by. So we'll see. I don't know. I would love it to be March 1st. Really would. That would be one of the greatest things in the world. That means it would be in 2 days, right? I just don't see it happening in 2 days. I could be wrong. Hope I'm wrong, but I just don't see it being lifted March 1st. I think you would hear.
It's tough to say.
Mid-March maybe. Yeah, I would.
I'm guessing mid-March. I'm just gonna assume. I'm assuming like
Jay. I don't know if you have a thought or words that you're willing to say, but I'm just not feeling March 1st as much as, even though after that announcement from Biden. But I mean, listen, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
If I knew how to text and still stay on this stream, I would get information while I'm on here.
Oh, it's all good, bro.
Hey, feel free to drop down and come right back. We'll put you right back on. You have the golden ticket. Just drop down, come back.
Jay's the basketball Nostradamus.
Nah, I'll find out something before tomorrow's game.
I was gonna say, for the political thing, Jay, if you could give us that too, that would be amazing, bro.
Jay, so we never have this problem again, Jay. I just sent you a burner phone in the mail. It should be arriving.
He about to buy Jay a burner.
Yeah, hell yeah, I am. Jay needs 2 phones. I'm sorry, Jay needs.
Nah, Jay,
you
do need 2 phones, bro.
Jay needs to be on one thing where he can like talk, and then on the other, if he needs to find out info, beep, 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 and then he could just, it needs to happen.
Jay would be the perfect agent, bro. He'll be a good agent. Jay.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what's funny, because I'm not gonna shout out, but she the homegirl on Twitter. She sent me something months ago, and then like other people have DM'd me stuff since then. It's like people create Reddit posts about me, and where does he get his information from? And then people like making tweets about me, but not adding me. And like people would DM me that, and somebody replied yesterday and was like, of course he knows he's gonna support the team. He works for the team. I was like, what?
Yo, the janitor jokes are so funny, bro. When people he said people could come up to you and be like, "Oh, I didn't know you was a janitor."
Yo, I don't know if I said that on this stream, but
Yeah.
I was at a game and somebody that y'all know was like, I didn't know you were a janitor for the Nets. I looked up, I was like, I'm not.
Bro,
Like,
one day you should wear a fucking janitor's outfit to a game, bro.
Yo,
I
that would be
swear to God,
if we
dude,
could.
you
Yo,
should.
if you
If
have
we
all the
could-
designers in the chat, if we can get a custom janitor Brooklyn Nets like outfit, that would be tough.
Or
Oh my
just get them
God.
like one of the
I'd wear that.
remember like the old gas station shirts where it had the patch? Just get like a
Yeah,
like
but
one
I
that
was telling
just
you,
has
bro,
like
a
the
Nets
emblem on
janitor
it,
thing would kind of
his
be tough.
name,
The
like
patch
yeah.
with the Brooklyn logo and then like a janitor nice.
You
Brooklyn
better
Nets
be a janitor for Halloween next year, bro, and go to the games, dude. I'm just like you need to just show up in a janitor's outfit and like see if like you can get a hold of a broom and just walk around just to fuck with people.
Nah, that Halloween costume would be funny.
That shit would be fire, dude. That would be
Or
one of
can
the,
we get
the
like some
greatest.
janitor like statement jerseys next year or some shit
Yeah.
like that?
Janitor statement jerseys,
Jay
yo.
control the fuck out of everybody if he just did that. That would be hilarious.
Yeah. Make sure you guys ask questions, y'all. If y'all don't ask questions, we're just gonna end the stream. But like I said, hit that like button. We're just recapping the game.
Yeah, we're up over
we're just
200.
chilling.
Appreciate you.
We're just chilling,
Appreciate you.
recapping the game. What is there to talk about else? I think we talked
No,
about
I
everything.
mean, listen, we've talked about Drummond, we've talked about Nash, we've talked
Did we talk
about
about
Kyrie.
scoring Goran?
We didn't talk
let's-
about
yeah,
scoring
let's talk about-
Goran.
I was gonna say let's talk about scoring Goran, but let's also talk about Cam. I think Cam, we need a little more talk on Cam, but I mean, let's see. Do you have the numbers available? I mean, I think you said it at the beginning, like
Goran or Cam.
Oh, I do have a question for Jay. Is Nick Claxton in the doghouse, bro? Is WC in the doghouse?
You can look at it like that, but who does he deserve to play over?
True. Very true.
He don't deserve to
Very
play
true.
right now.
And I look, as much jokes as I make about the guy, I would like to see him do well because he's on my team. The reality is, one, Coach Nash has actually run two big men out there a few games recently since the trade to see how things work. But for the most part, he's just had one big out there. And the way that Abdul Drummond and LA are playing, he literally does not deserve to be on the court.
Yeah.
And it's no disrespect to him. They're just playing that well.
Yeah. And I was trying to tell people, because remember when we got rid of Javon and people were trying to say, oh, your point of our POA defense, our point of attack defense has struggled. And I'm like, bro, when everybody's healthy, we could be a top 5 defense because and people underestimate Drummond and LaMarcus rim protection, bro. Like they have been slept on with this rim protection. Like they're blocking a lot of shots at the rim, like their interior rim protection. And then you just have KD, Ben. KD's an underrated defender. Like I'm talking about, like he's one of the best. I'm not gonna say top 10, but he might be top 10 defender. Like KD is so versatile in defense. People just don't. They just see his scoring and think he is that great on defense. But when you watch games, KD locks in on defense. He'll guard LeBron. He'll guard those guys. And he's a rim protector also. So you got KD and Ben on the wings. You add Claxton to that at times. That's another your wings. Bruce Brown on the wing. And then you have the rim protection at the rim with Drummond and LMA. I'm like, bro, we could be a top 5 defense, bro. And people are like, no, y'all don't have no defense. You guys don't have no defense.
Yo, even with Dub C the other night, his who did we play Thursday? Boston.
Yeah.
He looked out of place when he was playing. Like he still has that. He doesn't play with.
Yo, I know what you're saying, Joey. He didn't look like he was into it. He didn't look like he was into it that game. When I saw him get in the game, he didn't look like this. Like, I don't know how to explain it either, but he didn't look like the same Clax that we always see.
I mean, to be fair though, and I don't want to make an excuse for him, even though I used to be Playboy Claxton and everything. Like he has had no level of consistency like whatsoever of playing time or like with these lineups or anything like that over.
Is he upset about the playing time though, bro, or is he like more like, is it the Harden kind of like the team is? It's weird because we see Class on the bench, and he hypes up the teammates, and you see him on the bench, he's fine, but then he does that thing he posts about Harden, and then we see him like get angry at times, and kind of not throw a temper tantrum, but you know what I'm talking about, like on the court, like he won't,
he throwing a temper tantrum. Call it what it is.
It's like, bro, it's like I don't know how to explain it. It's like, do you think he wants to leave? Is that what it is?
It's not necessarily about wanting to leave. It's like a lot of people from like his generation, they're like the entitlement generation.
Yeah.
So
I've said this before. Yep. Go on, Jay.
His thought is that one, and we've talked about it on the stream before. He was given the starter's position at the beginning of the season that he did not yet earn. And it spoiled him because he thinks that that's what he should be, period. Nah, man, you were gone too long. You got to earn it now. And some people will earn it, some people won't. And here's where, AJ, I'll disagree with you slightly, right? Or maybe it was Rage, it was Rage, talking about the inconsistency in his playing time, right? My deal is, while I agree with that, when you get on the court, you need to show us why you need to stay on the court. And I give a lot of credit to the former 15th man, Bruce Brown, who no one has had more inconsistent playing time than him.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe Paul Millsap when he was here.
Yes. But with respect to Dub C, it's like former 15th man Bruce Brown wasn't injured. You, on the other hand, have consistently been injured. So you can't use that inconsistent playing time when this man was out of the rotation, but as soon as that guy was traded and he got back in the rotation, he's proven why he belongs on the court.
Yeah.
You need to do the same thing.
So Jay, I got a question for you. If Bruce Brown is now the former 15th man, who is the new 15th man?
Y'all gonna be angry with me, but based on recent play,
WC.
Patty Mills is the current.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that.
Oh my god! He said Patty Mills is the new 15th man. Oh my god! The chat's gonna go crazy on that.
AJ, bro. I don't know what position you played in ball, but I'm willing to put money that my 9-year-old has a better handle than Patty Mills. That man's handle is terrible.
Yeah, he is.
And he's not hitting any shots. He's missing free throws. It's like, fam.
I'm really shocked that he was able to get this whole time. He was able to get away with that. Like he can't bring up the ball, bro. And it's like, and it's not like simple. It's simple like crossovers too. It's like he don't even do simple crossovers or through the legs or
his handle is the worst.
Create. You know what I'm saying?
A Rage, I'm joking. Patty's not the 15th man. Yo, as Saint said earlier, and I've been saying this for a little while now. I don't think, while it's nostalgic and a feel-good story, I don't think Patty should have gone to All-Star Weekend for the 3-point competition. Yeah. Patty needs rest. And my deal leading up to last night was when Goring gets in there, I would just like Patty to have nights off. Like we have the back-to-back Monday, Tuesday. Patty definitely should be out one of those games. I would argue he should be out, period. Yeah. Like, look, you got Seth, you got Goring. Cam could get a little bit more burn. Patty needs a rest.
Yeah. Somebody in the chat said Patty had 1 point. He had 1 point in 2 games in a row. He had 1 point in 2 games in a row.
Hey, real quick, shout out to Mad Genius. Appreciate the super chat. We will, as soon as we're done talking the Patty thing, we will address your question, and then we'll go into talking to Dragic more if we want. But, or actually,
we were talking about Dragic. We were talking about. We'll take the Ben question. We'll do the Ben question.
Yeah, but shout out to you.
Yeah. When do we think Ben is playing? Honestly, I don't know if he's gonna make that March 10th game, bro.
I hope he
I don't
is,
think he's
man.
gonna do it, bro. Now, like
I
this
hope
back
not.
soreness that Woj reported,
I
or
don't
who's it,
know.
Shams reported. I'm like, this came out of kind of
Okay,
nowhere.
do you mind if I say something? Because yesterday morning I woke up and I had like a little, drinking coffee, talking Nets,
Mhm.
and we really dived into it. It was the later podcast got into the later, I'm sorry, stream where Cash started up after because I had to take my kid to his basketball game. We had some discussions, but in the first one, we really kind of tried to look at the mental health aspect of things, coupled with like real talk about like the ramping up and different things. And like there were some good points brought up, right? Like we really kind of had to step back and be like, you it's real easy to turn the mental health shit into a joke. But like when you really look at it, like whether that's what's causing the part of the delay is anybody's guess. But like, so we kind of just looked at that and was just like, if it is, like, take your time, bro, because like I've said this and I don't mind sharing this, but like in the last 6-7 months, my uncle and one of my cousins both took their lives, right? And you would have never have ever guessed that they would have done that. And like, or that was even like a reality, like that's how bad they felt, right? Like you would have never guessed that. So it just, and part of my job, I deal with mental health illness with people. And again, it's like one of those things that just does not discriminate. It does not care who you are, like whether you're a millionaire or whether you're a homeless guy on the street. It doesn't care what color you are. It doesn't care what sex you are. It doesn't care anything, right? Like if you have mental illness, like it can destroy you. And also people that have mental health can also be some of the greatest actors in the world. They've spent their whole life trying to disguise how they feel. So they can, like, they don't want you to know exactly how they feel. Like a lot of people are ashamed of being depressed or having mental health issues. So it's like we broke it down and looked at it from that thing. Like that if that is real and it is a reality and he's still dealing with some issues, I don't want you to rush the kid. And if I'm truth be told, as much as I want him to play, I don't want him to. If that's part of the answer, don't rush him because I want this kid to enter into the Nets world and on this team and be successful from the start. Now, the other part about injuries, if people are like, oh, sore back, it's like, yo, bro. And then some guy came on and he brought up a good point, and I don't know if that was in the second spaces or what, but he said, like, yo, when's the last time he played? And he's like, oh, well, last playoffs. And it's like we're about, 20 games from the playoffs, and he's about to start
It's
to
almost
play
been a year
again.
since he
Yeah,
played
so it's like,
organized basketball, full NBA basketball. It's almost been like
yeah.
a year, but yeah.
So whether he is like in shape, right? Like had been working out like you see on this video, and maybe he's playing pickup games, but it's like, and now you're intensifying the workouts where you're going to be in an NBA game. Yeah, I mean, the likelihood of having a slight soreness or this setback is very high, right?
Yeah.
Like you want to set this guy up for success. I hope just the fan in me, I want him out there now, but I hope he I hope that he is there before the 10th. Like I really do. Like
I do. I really want to see him the 10th,
does it
bro. I'm
look
praying.
weird that you
praying.
see somebody like Dragic, who quite honestly hasn't played in a while, is 10 plus years older than him,
Yeah.
has like bad knees, it's obvious, and you see him get in there and play. Yeah, I get
And he
it.
looked good
It
last
can,
night too.
yeah, and he looked good. It can frustrate you, right? Like there are things that you're like, hey, but at the end of the day, it's like we don't have all the full information, and
Yeah.
it's going to be easy to read into this. We've seen Nash point blank lie to our face and say we're not trading James Harden, and then goodbye James Harden, right? Like you've seen so I know, as much as I want him, I just want him to be the best he can be coming in. And I do think they have to find the fine line between him still getting in certain shape on the court, but also not setting him up for failure by putting him in
Yeah.
too early.
He is in the gym, y'all. Don't get me wrong. Like he is doing the indie workouts, the physio, and all the stuff that he's working towards getting on the court, y'all. It's not like he's just sitting there. But like I said, like Sane said, and that was a great take by you about the mental health. We just gotta be patient. You know, we gotta be a little bit patient. I know we're eager and we need him. You know, I need Ben Simmons out there, but at the end of the day, like he's still a person. He's a human being, and we gotta treat him as such, bro. You gotta just be patient with him. Jay, how you feel about Ben Simmons?
To echo what A saying, condolences, man.
Yeah,
To echo what
Appreciate
he said.
that, Jay.
It's, I want to say we've talked about it on this stream before about other people. Is that we look at athletes as if they're robots.
Yeah.
And as if it's plug and play. And a lot of times it's kind of like why people get upset with Kyrie when you don't think he puts basketball as the number one thing in his life, where he tells you, no, I'm still human. I have.
Who do you want to win, the black team or the white team?
I don't care.
The black team.
That was awesome.
The black team.
I want the black team to win.
But we don't look at them as if they're
But
human.
is the black team Brooklyn?
No, the black team is Phoenix.
Is the white team Brooklyn?
The white team is Utah.
I can't
But you have where, and pardon me because
No, it's all good, bro.
It's like me, yo. I'm a father. Like I love talking about basketball, and it's my children. I'm 100% there with them.
No,
a
you're
lot
good,
of
bro.
times I can mute, but sometimes I don't hit the mute button.
The
fast enough.
chat's loving it in the chat. They're loving that chat, bro.
Yeah, and it's not for kudos or anything like that. My daughter is everything. But when as much as I would like for Ben to play, whether it's mental health or physical, the man wants to be out there helping his new team win. And he knows that he can help us win. That's why, and I know a lot of times we're having conversations about the guy who's no longer there, and that should have been travel. The guy who's no longer on our team. But you look at KD, you look at Ben, you look at Joey. These guys are on the bench supporting right there when they too can just stay in the back.
Yeah.
And not care. But he's soaking everything in. It
was great to see him on the bench with KD and last night too. It was great to see him on the bench, like just supporting and rooting the team. It's just good team camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? It's good to see team camaraderie right now.
Let me add the last thing is that, and I just remembered by saying this. I took a few videos of him. One of the games, I think it was on Thursday, where he was coaching guys up in like a timeout, and it's like the man wants to be out there. Let's get him out there when he's 100% ready to go, mentally and physically. And I'm with everybody who's like, yo, I just want to see him on the floor. I do too.
Yeah. Oh, Jay, I was gonna ask you, do you think he's gonna be on that Philly game? Do you think he'll play, or you'll think the Nets will kind of hold off?
If his health is good, he'll be out there.
All right.
Which health?
He said which health? Oh.
Period.
Both. Yeah, health. Period.
Yeah.
All right.
Because Ray, you've probably not heard me say this. Basketball is a safe space for him. Period. Basketball is a safe space for him, and the people who are assigning his mental health to what happened in that Philly Atlanta series, they're playing themselves.
Yeah,
because it's what he's gone through is a lot deeper than basketball. And yo, something that Saint just said, and Saint again condolences, is that people really, you can't look at someone and say they have mental health issues. There's not a look, there's not necessarily a sound that goes for everybody. There's so many different things that it looks like. And a lot of people, because there's a stigmatism that mental health adds to is attached to weakness, they keep that stuff within.
Yeah.
And
it's,
that's
yeah.
sad.
And it's not just that, but like people just think that because like you have poor mental health that like or like you're just like having a bad mental health over a period of time that means that you're sad all the time. Like I have to be sad 24/7 because I came out publicly about my mental health. Like Dak has talked about it before, and it's like because Dak has come out about his mental health being down before, like Dak Prescott, and he's like, am I supposed to be sad all the time now? Because like that's how y'all make it seem. Like the rest of my life, I'm supposed to be sad because I had mental health problems once in my life. But yeah,
Rage, you said that. Remember?
Also, by the way, it's Lev, not Rage.
Oh, my fault, Lev.
You said Rage like 3 times. I'm like,
yo, I promise, I didn't realize you had got on here, and I don't want to say it like you and Rage sound the same, like Brandon.
Oh no, you good. You good.
Yeah, like Brandon.
Oh, like Brandon
and but I was gonna say about the Dak thing. Dak did that, and it was very heroic what he said and did.
Yeah, it was.
And then you got an idiot like Skip Bayless coming out there criticizing him for that.
Well, I mean, but that is the whole thing about, and somebody brought it up, and it even brought up, and I think you had said something too about how it affects different races, different like conversations, and different narratives, and it's like on different levels, and it's like it's just one of those things that like I mean, because I'm under the belief that the majority of people in the world have dealt with mental illness in one way, shape, or form or another, right? And most people, when you say mental illness, you just think like the crazy guy rocking back and forth, and that's not even the case. Like it comes in so many different forms and so many different levels. Everybody in their lifetime will deal with it one way or another, or with somebody super close to them. And it's one of those things that the stigma attached to it in certain circles, certain levels of this, especially in America, like in general, it's sad. And it's like, it's real easy to make a joke about it. It's real easy to like, look at this and then people are just like, nah, no, it's all bullshit. It's an excuse. It's, he just, cause I'm sorry. Like when you first heard about this situation from like an outside perspective, you're like watching what's going down between the 76ers and Ben Simmons. It's real easy to look at it and be like, yeah, he's just, he's really trying to get out and he's just willing to say anything. Right. But then as time's gone on, you're finding out that no, there's more to it. It wasn't just that, but I think him being here is a good thing for his mental health. I think other people are embracing him. I think he's seeing the good vibes that are there. Having Steve Nash as a coach has got to be a drastic, like
that's a perfect coach for him too. Steve is a people person, players coach. Like he's one of those kind of players. Like he's that's what he's good at.
From a communication standpoint, him having Steve Nash as a coach over Doc Rivers is probably going to do wonders for his attitude.
I agree.
Especially if Ben Simmons probably struggles at some point, because he'll come out and he'll have some moments where shit doesn't look good. Right. Yeah. So, and I'm pretty sure having a coach like Steve Nash talk to you might be a little bit more beneficial for Ben in the long run too, as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think if y'all don't have any more questions, we'll probably just wrap this up. And I want to thank Jay and Leb. You guys. Always...
Oh, we didn't ask Jay. When do you think KD coming back tomorrow? Or the next day? What do you think? I'm thinking me and Chubbs were thinking the second Toronto game we're gonna see.
I think Thursday personally.
Either he's gonna be home or he's gonna go away.
You think Thursday? Vlad?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I'm thankful for last night's win because it buys us another game.
For KD, right?
I think they're taking it day by day. If we can get a win tomorrow, hopefully we will. Push them to Thursday.
Somebody in the chat said that if we win on tomorrow, that KD probably won't be back to the Miami game.
Which is Thursday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I 100% agree with that.
All right. Shout out to Dapper Dons.
Which is
Appreciate
not a
super
problem.
chat. He said the brother is spot on about mental health. We don't know or can't tell. It's like the story about Chelsea Cursed, who is Miss America and a lawyer. Shout out, facts to you. Appreciate the super chat. Also, Elijah Hall. Any Joe Harris news, Jay?
I haven't asked about Joey. I haven't asked about Joey since Tuesday.
The last time what I've heard was that he was he came to the day that you talked to Sean Marks, Jay, and then he said Joe Harris practiced, and then the day that we didn't see him during practice, I think it was it the day after? He was doing physio and he was doing he was getting treatment that day that he didn't practice. That's the last I've heard. So as far as that goes, who knows what happens with Joe going forward? But we're just praying. We're praying for the best, man. Like I said, if anything, he's probably, like I said, they're gonna probably I kind of see what the pattern is. Like they'll do a hard practice and then give him a day treatment, hard practice, and then maybe see how his body react, how that ankle reacts. Because you don't know, what if his ankle can swell up after that hard practice? And like I said, you don't know how.
I'll say Sean said that on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. Thursday, Joey wasn't walking with a limp or anything. He was just regular.
Yeah.
If that means anything.
Just because I feel like doing it, where did it go? Somebody said, God, where did it go? Somebody had just said something like, y'all are you're just mad that y'all loved Harden.
You know what? Saint, let me save your breath.
Let me just say this though. I gotta say it, bro, and then I'll let you. It's real simple.
Man.
We did. 76er fans are doing what we did when we were getting Harden from Rockets, right? We knew the character, but we were like, yeah, no. It's all good. He wants to be here. Right? And then his character comes out and you see him quit on the team and you see him act like a chump. And then he goes to the Sixers and the Sixers are now they're ignoring his character that he's seen, just saying, oh no, well, he just wanted to be here the whole time. So it's okay. Right. That's what's funny is they're doing what we did when he left Houston. Right. And they're going to see it when things don't start going Harden's way, you'll see. But that's okay. But go for it, Chubbs. That's all I wanted to say. No, I'm
gonna just say it like this. Some of y'all Philly fans in there are pretty damn heartless because we were actually having a thoughtful conversation about mental health and all of this. Yeah. And all y'all care about is James Harden's triple-double.
James Harden, yeah.
You know,
don't even give a shit.
Put it this way. Y'all saying we salty? Yes, we are salty because we gave up damn near a good amount to get James Harden in pursuit to win a championship in 1 to 2 year time period. And you know what your guy that you got just did? He quit on the team. So yeah, we have every right to be salty, and we do not, and don't sit up here and act like we shouldn't talk about him or be mad about him based on the way he left. Yeah, that literally, yeah. And let the going get tough in Philly. Please, oh my God, hope the going does not get tough in Philly because
he's gonna run from the grind, bro. He's gonna run from the grind when the going gets tough. You know that. You know how that goes.
I don't think y'all understand. This man had KD, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving. It's I'm good. Yeah. And Arson King talking about false narratives. Yeah, you're stupid. I'm not even gonna go into that. You're just stupid.
Yeah. Don't worry about the chat, bro. You know how the chat is. This is like 200. There's probably Philly fans.
I'm really gonna address it, but it's just fun. It is funny.
I know these streams be like Nets fans, but a lot of these streams, I know a lot of Philly fans are watching. They love to see.
Of course,
they want to watch us, and they want to see.
They win one game with him, and they have one of the easiest schedules going forward, and they're already acting like they're winning the title, which is pretty funny. Which is pretty hilarious, but it's all good. Listen, though, I'm excited. I hope to God we get KD back. I'm hoping the second. Me personally, KD. I'm calling he's coming back the second Toronto game. That's just my opinion. I think he's coming back the second Toronto game, and then let's just hope, man. The sooner, I mean, listen, March 10th. That's 12 games away. That's 12 days till that game. So, I mean, I don't know. Personally, I can't imagine that he's out. Like, I don't know. That just seems to me in 12 days, like, bro. Like, unless he has
talking about Joe Harris?
No, I'm talking about Ben Simmons.
Oh, you're talking about Ben? My fault.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, past the 10th, I'm a little if I'm truth be told, if it gets past the 10th and we're getting mid-March, I'm a little concerned. I don't know what the reason's going to be for holding him out that long. But, like, truth be told, if Ben is not playing for the Nets by the 15th of March, like some people are saying, like, I'm a little concerned about something, right?
I agree with you. I'm a little concerned.
I'm giving him to the 10th, and then I'm going to start being like, yo, what the fuck, right? Like, I think he's going to – like, honestly, like, I'm okay with the ramp up right now. But if we get to the 10th and we got no Ben Simmons and it's still – and then all of a sudden he plays after – like, right after the 10th, I'm going to kind of be like, yo, bro, like, what – nah, like – like, that's a little suspect, bro. Like, I'm definitely willing to support this man, but I can't, I don't think I don't know. The thing I don't want to do is put all the pressure on KD when we still don't know when we're going to have full-time Kyrie. And if they're especially going to hold Ben out to like mid-March, that bothers me because then you put KD back in a position to have to go overboard. And let's be honest.
No. We don't need KD playing 40 minutes right before the playoffs.
That means you're going to have that man out there a lot, which means the longer he is out there in those games means you have more of a chance for some dumb shit like what happened with Bruce Brown. Yes. Like, why are you showing that, bro? Why are you showing that? Hey, just for you showing that, bro, I'm going this route, dude. I'm going this route.
Bro, it's the KD injury, bro.
You messed up.
It's the KD injury.
You fucked up, bro. You fucked up. You're going to show that video. Now I'm going to show this video. Man. Look at that.
That's hilarious.
Okay, I'm sorry, bro.
You have to show that, AJ. You have to show that.
Bro, it was the KD injury, bro. What do you want me to do? It's the KD injury.
Yeah, no, we don't need to see, we don't need to see that, though. So that's my only concern with the Kyrie mandate and holding Ben Simmons out for an extended period of time to come back, right? Like, I want him back, but my biggest fear of all of that is the KD factor. I do not want KD having to be out there to be the sole killer. Like, granted, I think it will look awesome with this new pieces that, we've essentially got 3 new pieces, which I think changes the complexion, right? But I'm a little wary of that. I do not want this man playing 40-plus minutes a night waiting for Ben and Kyrie to get back full time. I'm just
let me ask you.
That's my fear. That's my fear.
So do you want Ben back for the Philly game or like the game?
No,
after?
I want Ben. I just listen. It would be great to see Ben in Philly. Yes, not gonna lie. Part of me wants that. Yes,
I want to see that game so bad. Bro.
But I also feel like 12 days, in my opinion, should be like, there's no reason we should be going like past 12 days waiting for Ben at this point. That's just my opinion, right? Like, I know I'm not a doctor. I know I'm not a ramping up expert. I'm not a mental health expert. I'm not like any of that shit, but I'm just giving you my personal opinion. I think past 12 days waiting for Ben to suit up, to me, is ridiculous, in my opinion.
Well, like me personally, I'm looking at our schedule right now, and I'm already crossing Ben off, obviously, for the 2 Raptors games.
Yes.
Definitely the Heat game that's coming up as well. But then after that, there's only 2 more games before we play Philly, which is at Boston and then at Charlotte. And my guess is you probably want to debut him at home. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but like, it'd be nice to debut him at home. Just
at this point, I don't care about that. Like,
it really doesn't matter.
I just hope they're not like like that, and they're like, oh, let's just get him at home. Like, no, bro, he needs to get in there. Really. No, I know. So I'm just saying, I hope they don't do that.
even if we bring him back for one of those 2 games, like before against Boston or Charlotte, then he's playing 17 games. Like if he plays the rest of the season, he gets 17 games in with us. If we play him right after, or 17 or 18, if we play him right after the Philly game, he'll get 15 games in with us the rest of the season. I don't think that I'm really like personally. I'd much rather play him 15 games and not have to play him against Philly than to play him like
what are we
16,
protecting
17.
him? But what are we protecting? Like if he's ready to go before
I just
that
don't want
Philly
one of
game,
his first games with us to be right
who
against Philly.
cares? But see, that's the thing, though.
Ben
That's
Simmons
the.
does.
This is the part of. But so you're saying he's that like? Because to
I'm
me, when I
saying-
hear that, that makes me feel like you're saying Ben Simmons mentally can't handle a game against
I'm saying
Philly.
it's a situation that I wouldn't want to risk when we don't have to.
Well,
We
you
could
got to
just
look at it
wait the
like
game.
I look at it, if the dude is ready to play, get him in there, and I don't care if it's before Philly, at Philly, after Philly. Like just as soon as dude is ready
I'd rather
to get
have
in
him
there,
more
please
as
get in
mentally
there.
prepared as possible.
I don't think.
But look at
I
it
don't think
this
it's-
way:
Yeah, go ahead.
wouldn't it be better to have him play that to get that feeling out the way, get whatever butterflies, whatever mental block out the way? Because why would you say, okay, let's not play you in the regular season, but let's throw you into the playoffs where the atmosphere is cranked up to
You
100?
could say that, but then at the same time, if you're making his first game with the Brooklyn Nets against Philly, that's it. That's a tall ask from Ben Simmons, a very tall ask.
You think he'll play
it's
out
just
of
gonna
character?
throw him off.
It might mess up because
It'll
he'll
throw
play
him
out of
off
character.
big time.
Well,
And it's just-
when's the next time we play the Sixers after the 10th? Do we play him
We
again
don't.
in the regular season?
We don't.
Okay,
We don't.
so quite honestly, I would much rather him get that out of the way, like Chubbs is saying, if he's capable to go, than having to just go into the playoffs at a most pressure point and face them. That's would be ridiculous to me. Like if we're that concerned about his mental health, and if that's the angle, because it kind of sounds like the angle you're coming at it, like you're concerned for him, and it doesn't sound
I'm saying
physically,
I
it
want to
sounds
like build up
mentally.
his confidence before we get to that point. And,
I think he's
like, as
very
it currently
confident though.
stands-
We're talking like he's not confident in his game. I don't. That's what I is kind
Yeah.
of. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not like
Ben
that-
Simmons
I-
is one of
but
the
you're-
most arrogant. He has such an arrogant
Yeah.
style
He's
to him,
arrogant.
so it's just like, you know,
I
like
just think
I
if you throw
don't-
him out there right now and he performs even like somewhat like mid against Philly, it's just
But
like,
I
the
feel like
backlash
you're
will be
kind of
ridiculous.
saying he's. I think when you. Well, I get what you're saying, Leb. But I just want to hear that. It makes me feel like you think he's not mentally strong, and he's not like he doesn't like you think like you're believing.
I just don't
Like,
want to
because-
put him into a situation that could turn out bad. Like when we don't.
How
have to
I
risk
mean,
it.
but what do you mean turn out bad though? Like what would be the negative of him
Like,
playing?
let's
I guess
say
let me
he
ask you
goes to
this:
Philly.
what would be the negative of him playing? How would that play itself out if we go to
Like-
Philly?
Let's say we go to Philly and like let's say like some
Like they throw stuff at him. They throw like they did.
well,
for the-
yeah, obviously they're gonna like boo the fuck out of him and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. And not even just that though. Like let's say we get to the fourth quarter, he sells some free throws and we lose the game because of Ben Simmons. I don't know if he's gonna be able to overcome that.
No.
Yeah,
dude,
the
but
internet
it's
would
like
the internet
you're-
would go
but-
crazy though.
but
He's
wait a
right.
minute,
But-
but
And it would
wait
be
a
like his
minute.
first game on the team, like one of his
But
first
listen,
games.
yo, you're it's like you're forgetting that he's gonna have Kyrie and KD and the
No,
rest
no,
of the
but let's
squad around
speaking
him,
about
though.
the perspective of the world, like us, of course, we don't care. We're not gonna care. It's just gonna be like the regular
no,
season.
I hear
But
you,
he said
but,
the
like-
world is gonna like come at the world.
I don't know. I
outside
think that's
looking
a
in.
little-
I mean, let's be honest.
I think
Anybody
that's a little
gonna,
overboard, to be
but
honest. Though.
anybody that's gonna blame Ben Simmons is butthurt Sixer fans or Harden fans. Let's be brutally honest.
Yeah.
If we lose that March 10th game, we're gonna look at KD. We're gonna look at Kyrie. Ben Simmons is gonna be on the least level of blame for that if we
For
lose
us,
that game.
yes.
Oh, well, you know what? Let's go to
Yeah,
this
for
week.
us,
But we're
for us.
probably gonna blame Nash or somebody else. Like it's gonna be Nash, KD, Kyrie, or X role player if we lose that game. Only butthurt Sixer fans or Harden fans are gonna shit on Ben Simmons if we lose that game. Like that's kind of just how it would work. Like I don't think Ben Simmons, him playing bad, is going to be the least of our worries when we lose. The media is going to go on KD. I guarantee you, Stephen A. Smith on ESPN is not going to talk about Ben Simmons. He's going to go at Kevin Durant like he always does, like an idiot.
I don't know, because I feel like it's like, listen, if Ben is ready to go and we duck, like you're basically saying you want them to duck 76ers, even
I'm
if Ben
saying
was
like
ready.
if he's not ready, like before, like if he's not ready, and then like he's ready as soon as the Sixers game comes, I think you might as well just hold him out one more game.
That means you're that means you're ducking though. See, my whole thing is like if you're but you're ducking because you're afraid that something negative is going to happen to him, which I think is I don't know. I don't know. It's like if dude is ready to play mentally and figure, like it doesn't matter whether it's against the 76ers or any other damn team, like he's gonna have to get out there and deal with whatever if and this is all if, right? Because we're talking big ifs here. If there is a mental health issue and it's not just physical, right? Like, because if it's just physical, then and you're ready, get out there because you're gonna have to face anyways. But I mean, if you're talking about mental health, I mean that is different. That kind of changes. Like it doesn't really matter if it's against him or not, but it's like the way you're putting it out there, Leb, is like you're basically saying go ahead and duck that game no matter what because of the possibility of him getting like shit on by people if we happen to lose that game. And it's like, to me, that's doing him a disservice. That's like you're shielding him from like something he's going to have to face anyways. And if he's healthy and ready to play, it's like, I don't know. I just don't. I'm not.
We can
like,
agree
listen,
to disagree. I'm just of the belief that when you throw a guy into like the lineup for the first time with a team, that I think you should be putting them in the best situation possible to get like to jump.
I got a question for you.
So you're thinking 12 days?
I got a question for Lev. But like, what if we see the Sixers in the playoffs though?
Then we got 7 games to figure it out. I mean, he'll have one game that it might be like that, but we got 6 other games, or like at the very least 3 other games.
But Lev, while I do agree with the initial sentiment, I'm in the mindset of why would you rather face your demons at the worst level than when
and I agree
you have an opportunity?
Obviously, that makes sense, but I would just rather deal with when I'm putting someone into the lineup with this team, I want to throw them in there and make them put them in the best situation possible. That's really all that I'm looking at it as.
Did we do that for Dragic?
Oh, we got some breaking. We got some the injury report just dropped.
To the fire.
What's that?
The injury report just dropped. KD's not playing tomorrow.
I mean, yeah.
Expected.
Yeah,
as far as
I figured we would see him.
As far as Dragic playing yesterday, I mean, like, when are you going to play him then? Like, what is like?
No, I'm just. But listen, I get what you're saying, bro. But it's like there's like unless.
Like, are we gonna wait a month to play like the Kings or something?
To me, the reason why I said Ben might not play, I was like kind of down on him not playing March 10th is because of the conditioning. Well, from what they were saying is he hasn't even done 3-on-3s and 5-on-5s yet, and I'm like, it's coming close to
that's what I'm saying.
March.
Like, if
so it's like if he hasn't done
3-on-3s
and 5-on-5s, I'm like, that's far away.
And then he's
yeah, like, but to me that almost is.
But
like,
here's the thing with
to me that's got to be a shitty thing on the Nets if you're like holding this guy off all the way into mid-March about 3. Like,
I agree.
That's not what I'm saying.
Like they're like I know, but I'm just saying like the way I'm looking at it, like if dude is ready, I don't care what time of it is, and I don't really care if it's against Philly or any other team. If dude is ready to play, put him in there. Like, sorry, just if I'm sure the guy wants to play, right? Like, get him in there. If he's ready to play and it happens to be before Philly or on Philly, then that's what's up. Like, you can't, like, I get your idea, Leb, and I don't overly like disagree, but just the first way you played it is that the way you said it was that like you're concerned, you want to like. Basically, like, because I think if you're legitly like ducking the 76ers and you're like choosing to do that because you're concerned about Ben Simmons, I think that just like kind of makes it worse in some ways, right? Like,
but to put, and sorry to cut you off, but to put some light on Dragic part, these next 3 games are all Dragic's old teams. the Raptors and the Heat. The Raptors despise Dragic. Like Raptors fans actually have the gall to say
funny.
Thaddeus Young was better than Goran Dragic.
Why do these fans hate them? Why do they hate Dragic so much? What did he do?
How do you hate the Dragon? How do you hate the Dragon?
So
the
you look at
Raptors
Dragic.
do. The Heat fans don't hate him at all.
I'm not gonna lie, Goran looked
But
really good.
even then-
Like he looked good last night, bro. Like that, like he hit them shots. I'm saying, I don't know.
Right. But even if Dragic, Miami Heat is still your old team, so like there's still emotional mental attachment there. And the Raptors is like, yo, that's like they did not like you. Like they did not like Dragic. So it's he's kind of got his own thing going. So I don't know. It's just I feel like thing with mental, it can be solved with just taking that leap. I think Ben just being out there, it could help him way more than where you're saying it would give him it would be a negative to him to a degree.
And that's the tough thing about all this is we're never really like the only information we're going to get is as far as physical working out, right? Like if there's anything mental going on, it's all guesses at this point, right? Like it's like pretty much we're talking in a like as if it's real, and we don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, we don't know how much the mental aspect of things is playing. For all we know, he could be past all that, right? Like he could be on a whole new page. It could be a different thing. He could be way past the whole mental health thing, and it's just at this point getting worked into shape, right? But it is a little. It is a little weird how some guys could be in similar situations and the Nets have no problem putting them out there. But when it comes to Ben Simmons, all of a sudden we have to treat it like he's like a glass slipper or something. I just kind of find that's the part that kind of but it's not a shot at Ben. It's just I'm talking about how the Nets organization is handling it, where it's like you've seen other guys on our team, Dragic, Kyrie. Like you've seen other situations.
Kyrie came back quick. Remember when
right?
Kyrie? But Kyrie, he takes care of his body though. Kyrie being in condition.
So that's my only thing with the Ben thing. It's like I get all the different things and the different points that we've brought up about the situation with Ben, whether it's mental health, whether it's physical, like whatever it could be. It just why such the. Like, that's why I have to think maybe there's mental, whatever. Like, why such the glass slipper treatment with Ben, but not with Kyrie, not with Dragic, not with, like, everybody else? Like, why are we all of a sudden, like, and that's the big question. I don't know if Jay can answer that, but, like, that's the one thing I have a question is why such a special glass slipper treatment over here, but not over here, right? Like, it just...
No, with the Kyrie is different because he's a superstar that's already been on your team.
Yeah.
The reason why it's more of you can put Dragic out there and then take your time with Ben. Let me just use this analogy. You don't treat your hoes the same way you treat that one that might be your girl.
Yo, Jay
they don't get the same treatment.
Jay is the analogy king. Yo, I love Jay's analogy.
That is a great analogy.
I love Jay's analogy. Like, you don't understand.
Oh, man.
He always puts it in a way, like, bad simple.
Oh, somebody just said something like, listen, I stand on what I said about mental health. And like, yeah, if I'm sorry, but if like I stand on it, right? And if that's the case, they're never going to tell you. And if that is truly the case, I wish we could know. Then but I'm just saying, if you get past and you get to mid-March and you get past 12 days and you get to mid-March and you still don't see Ben in there, yeah, you can say what the fuck's going on, right? Like, I still support it. Still have the same feeling about mental health, but is anybody like sitting here thinking if we get to March 15th that you can't ask like what the fuck, like something has to be going on?
I feel like everybody
if you get to mid-March and you still don't have Ben Simmons in your lineup, you're telling me you're not going to be like what the fuck? Like, what's going on?
I mean,
Doesn't mean I don't support mental health. Yeah,
I think we need more
exactly.
information about his back, and then with his.
And the problem with the Nets is they
We'll
don't
never
give
get
out this information to it. You know how the Nets are. They don't give these. They don't give any information out. We don't know what's going on.
So that's all I'm just saying is like, yeah, listen, I'm supportive, and too bad, like they're never gonna ever come out and tell you mental health. They'll never do it, right? You'll never, unless the guy comes out and speaks on it on himself, which we haven't heard Ben speak really. So, it's like, unless the man comes out and says it himself, and then all of a sudden we're sitting there mid-March, yeah, you have to assume something is not right. Like, I'm sorry, like, even if you get to that point, like, and I get what Jay's analogy makes very perfect sense, but it's like, bro, like, come on, like, there's got to be more to it. Shouldn't take him that long to
Simmons
be able to get in there.
I don't think it will take him that long, personally.
He said Ben Simmons was super excited on the bench, man. There's nothing wrong with him. It's either Clutch keeping him out for PR or Sean Marks. How do you feel about the fact? PR or Sean Marks keeping him out? Oh, Clutch. Clutch Sports. I'm thinking, okay.
But what does Clutch gain from one of their main guys just not playing?
I saw something about the financial thing. Is there a financial thing going on with the money? I don't know.
Well, I did. I'm gonna ask you this question: is Wayne a good thing or a bad thing? Is Wayne a good thing?
Wayne is W.
All right. I have to check with my young
That's a good.
Got to get up on the lingo. Okay, so Wayne's good. I did bring this up because somebody had said something, tweeted it, or talked about it, that they said some of the things that, like, with Ben Simmons and like money, was that they were bringing, and Jay hopped in there and kind of like shut it down, but somebody had mentioned something that potentially the reason why the Nets are handling this too is because Simmons has some like arbitration deal about getting money in the offseason, because the Sixers, they're going to be claiming, Simmons and them are going to be claiming the mental health aspect, and the Sixers are basically saying, no, he didn't have any mental health issues, so they can get out of paying it. There was that kind of brought up,
okay.
But Jay hopped in there. Jay, if wants to like reiterate what he said, more than welcome to, but somebody had brought that up, so I had asked the question
about the financial thing going.
Yeah, that there was.
Right. No, because I was confused when that person brought up the Sean Marks PR thing or the Clutch Sports thing. I was like, huh? But I just want to shout out Grace. She's one of the OGs. She's been here for a minute.
Hell yeah, Grace.
Hey, Grace. Yeah. So, I guess we'll end it now on our last words. Good stream, guys. Make sure we'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, we're sorry we didn't do it last night. We were having a little too much fun.
Yeah. Bro, I was faded. I was off the Casamigos. I was faded off the Casa.
I was in. Yeah, I had posted up with a few brews last night.
Yeah, I was like,
I was in my bed.
I'm kind of. No, me and Say was texting. He was like, I'm kind of drunk right now, and I was like, bro, I'm faded right now too. We both. I was like, yo, Say stream. He's like, I'm really drunk right now, and then I'm like, I'm drunk too.
Yeah,
and they were like that. It just didn't.
Hey, Chris, I totally low key am a geezer. I'm the oldest up here, bro. Like, I'm still in my I'm 40s, but I'm the geezer of the group. Hell yeah, I wear it with pride. It is what it
Uncle
is.
Saint.
That's why he be in the geezer spaces.
Yeah. But dude, I was laying in my bed last night. I got one of them soft top beds and one of the little cushions on it, like the heat was on. Like, I had a few, and I'm like, I don't want to get up and get on camera right now. I don't want to I kind of want to just enjoy this.
No, I didn't realize how many, because like, when I woke up this morning, bro, like the DMs, and shout out y'all, like y'all really show love to us. The DMs was like, bro, where y'all at last night? We post game. What happened to the post game? I'm like, oh damn. And then like mad people were hitting me, so
they're mad at you. That's
yeah,
awesome.
bro. You guys are angry, but it's all good,
Yeah, we could go around the horn, dude. Lab, what's your last words?
Last words, shit, I don't even fucking know. Send Claxton to China.
God damn, dude, the mighty. This is like, I don't even know what's going on right here, dude. Leb, you and AJ were like the king of Claxton. Like, you guys.
And age too.
Yeah,
I still
like,
love
guys-
Claxton because he's on my team, but what he did
And
kind of what he did with that post messed. I can't anymore, bro. I
he
can't
won't be
anymore.
for
I'm
long.
sorry.
Let me tell you that.
Yeah, what he did with that post, bro. I'm like, come on, bro.
It's not just that post, but
Yeah, it's the post. It's the post and the whole of the other things. The sitting out when he was healthy, sitting out when you're healthy. Come on, bro. Come on, my guy.
It's
I
because
can't
you.
do-
It's
I can't
because
do
you. It's because this guy's waiting in the wings.
Day.
Yeah.
Tried to tell you. I tried to tell y'all. Tried to tell y'all early on, but you guys didn't want to get off the Clax train.
bro, like
You didn't
I
want to do
honestly,
it.
I don't know. I've been on the edge for a while now, but I really wish we were able to ship him off somewhere at the deadline. Like,
Yeah,
just
I do.
keeping
I
him
kind of give
around at
L.
this
Yeah,
point.
quite. If I'm being honest, Marks takes an L for that. Like, you had an opportunity, you should have pulled that trigger.
I mean, it takes two people to make that move, and we don't know what those offers were.
Yeah, of course. But I still think you could have moved on from Claxton. I really do. I don't think it would have been as hard as we think it is. I just think Marks got so wrapped up.
I mean, I just don't know like what the interest is in him right now. But yeah, that's really all my final words is just send him to China.
Hey, I appreciate you, Leb. Listen, Mo, Saint posted. I'm not Saint. Claxton posted like right after the trade and all the shit was going on. Claxton
And we lost
posted
that
this
night too.
picture
When we
of
lost
like,
that night, and the Sixers won that night.
yeah, it was kind of like one of those photos, like don't worry, Daddy, I got you. Like, I'm with you. Like, it
that's
was
wild.
like what you remember that his hand was on his chest and he was like looking
He
down
put a
at
heart.
him.
He put a heart
And he
on
put
that
a
picture.
heart. It was real, like, yeah, it was pretty obvious.
And
I bet you see.
That's like,
Shit.
come on, bro.
Claxton-
That's the most hated man in Brooklyn right now. Come on,
Yeah,
the
And
most
I'll say
hated man
this
in
too.
Brooklyn.
but I
I'll
get
say
it,
this
right?
too, 'cause
Like,
they
you're
made it
still allowed to
public.
have your friends. I
I'll
get
say
it.
this too because they made it public. Someone else in his family like tweeted out some shit about how their family ain't gonna be taking a discount type shit, and yeah,
What?
No, yeah, I told you all, dude. I tried to tell you all this. That like
Oh
Claxton thinks
God.
he deserves
it'd be low
like
key,
the
and
world,
no one talks
dude.
about it. But
Yeah.
that man is not going to be in Brooklyn next year.
No,
Yeah,
he's
I
not.
can
What?
almost guarantee you that.
He
Unless
plays 20
the only
games.
way I can see him being in Brooklyn next year is like if absolutely no other team around the league like offers him much, and like there's just no value for him anywhere, and he just signs the qualifying offer to come back with us.
Yeah, I don't know how you can offer money to wet bread. So I don't know how that's gonna work.
I'm surprised. I'll be shocked if the
You
team
can
gives him
offer
the
money
bag,
to
but
wet bread.
actually I won't be shocked because I feel like teams would probably give.
I don't know.
I've seen teams overpay a lot of people though. They've overpaid like.
I mean, he has the potential to get overpaid because we've seen what he is capable of.
He's 22.
But also at the same time, we've seen him like without Harden, he's been okay at best, right? Like, people say what you want. Like, listen, we get it. The guy has great perimeter defense. That's all everybody talks about. He's a switchable guy. But let's not be honest. He sucks at rebounding. He has some of the horrible hands. 9 times out of 10, he doesn't know what to do with the ball when he gets it, right? Like, there's aspects of his game that are not good at all. And he literally, to score, needs to be spoon-fed, right? Like, I like Clax on some levels, but I also feel like people are just like overblowing Clax, pause, I guess. But like they're like they're over conflating like some of his skills. And it's like, yo, he's not that like, and then you saw Sharp come in and do all the things outside of perimeter defense and switching. You saw Sharp come in no time, and he's able to pass. He's grabbing rebounds. He's been able to know what to do with the ball when he gets it, right? Like, yeah, I love Clax for his switchability and his perimeter defense. But, bro, every other else is like a hit or miss with him. And that's just like reality. And then you add in the injury aspect of it. It's kind of like
is like really bad, bro. It's giving AD. It's giving Anthony Davis.
Yeah,
like,
and I'm tired of like giving money or waiting for people to get to where they're supposed to be when you have like for sure things. I'd rather give the other guy like a Sharp his minutes because at least he's already where you would want Clax to be on numerous levels, right? Like, yeah, does Sharp need to work on some stuff like with his fouling? Of course. But he's light years ahead of Claxton on all the areas you want Claxton to be.
And
that's
can we
just-
talk about this real quick while I'm on my Claxton to China little spiel
go for it.
today?
And then we'll go to
Let's
Jay's
start a
turn.
whole. Let's start a whole.
Yeah.
Right? Yo, go ahead. Man.
Like the whole reason that we like give Claxton that little edge over everybody, like all these other centers, is because of his perimeter defense, and we're saying like he's the best perimeter defender on the team. Bro has regressed a little bit this year in perimeter defense. Like we have no one talks about it, but like not just
he
statistics.
had his moments.
Like,
he had his moments.
He's had his moments this year.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Well, when he came back from his mono hookah smoking prostitute run, like that was the best Claxton ever looked to me. But then that didn't last long.
But like defensively this year, like I still think he's been a good defender, but I think last year he was borderline like elite or like
he was
an
better.
elite
He was a
defender.
little bit.
I think he was a much better perimeter defender last year than he has been this year, and the stats back it up. Like his defensive rating this year has skyrocketed from what it was last year. Like I don't know what the numbers are on it anymore, but like I know earlier in the season it was drastically different, which was strange because most players' defensive ratings actually went down from last year to this year because like scoring has just gone down this season. But
yeah, and with Clax too. This is coming from both of us because me and Lev were, like I said, Clax fans, and like I said, I wish him all the best next year. If we can keep him further low, I won't mind it. But if he wants to go, I doubt. Like I said, I doubt he wants to stay for low money. He wants to get money and go.
Dude. That's been his vibe from the get-go, bro.
Yeah, we have so many centers now. It doesn't really, and like you add on Ben Simmons, who does like he's basically super Claxton. He does everything.
Goodbye, Claxton. And you got Dayron.
So it's like
listen, bro. That's been his vibe. That's been his vibe the whole time.
So this year, when Claxton has been on the court, we've had a 100, or when Claxton's been off the court, we've had a 111.7 defensive rating, like as a team. And when he's been on the court, it's been 116.3, which is
really
like that means we're quite a bit. That means we're drastically worse defensively when he's on the floor. Which
I don't know. I just kind of look at it, a guy that has great abilities stored inside of him, right?
He does.
Right? But like to points that Jay has made before, the guy has been in the NBA for 3 seasons now. 3 seasons. And he's never done enough work to stay healthy enough. He's never done enough work to actually change his game. I mean, quite honestly, from when he came in till now, has his game really changed at all?
Nope.
I would say no. He's been great perimeter defense from the beginning that we all saw. The switch.
We've never seen a full season from Claxton either.
You've never seen a full season from the man.
Yeah.
Like at what point? Like how much longer? Like if we're talking win now, like how much longer do we have to wait for this guy to be what you think he's going to be?
Yeah.
And he may progress later on and in another season or two. But if I'm being honest, if you're the Nets, you got to pivot off it because you have other things waiting for you in the wings that can give you what you need and probably will get there faster. And like, so what? Yeah. What if he turns into a beast someday? That's great. But you get what you can for him. If it's impossible in the offseason, if you can pull a sign and trade off, get something back for him, great. But I'm done waiting for Claxton. And if truth be told, if you ask me to keep Drummond over Claxton, I'm keeping 100%. Drummond over him 100%. 100%. Like, because if that's what it'll come down to. If they're looking at keeping Drummond and Claxton, I'm giving my money to Drummond hand over fist. Like I'm not playing the Claxton game anymore.
The reason I wasn't okay with him like just leaving for nothing before was because like we didn't have centers. Like, well, it would just be if we got rid of Claxton. This is before the trade. We will just have Dayron, and like I said, LaMarcus is on in 1 year. Like, who knows when he's gonna retire? And so it's like But now that our whole team just flipped, and now we have first round picks, and we have all these centers, it's like now I'm not worried about losing a 22-year-old.
that's
Like
the
we can
thing,
find
AJ.
another
It's
guy
like,
that, you know.
yeah,
And we have
lose
Ben.
him.
We have Ben too, so
Yeah.
that adds to it. We
It's-
have Ben Simmons,
it's not
2
like-
picks, and you know what I'm saying.
If and when we lose Claxton, like it's not like other people around the league don't want to come to the Brooklyn Nets to play. Like on
Yeah,
a
exactly.
Like,
But
very
here's the
easy
thing with
Hey,
with
Chubbs,
Claxton.
take over and go into whenever you're saying, just go into your last words.
I guess those transition to my last words. The thing with Claxton is, and this is the deal breaker with Claxton, Joel Embiid in his, I think last season he played 60 odd games. That's just his last. That's just one season out of Joel Embiid. Nick Claxton, his whole career, just tied that since he played the Boston game. In his whole career, so all 3 seasons, he only played 60 odd games, 68.
That's crazy, bro.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like, granted,
does
I
not
love
play.
his switchability, but bro, if you can't be on the court, why are you here? The best ability is availability. Like, and I'm not paying, and whatever money Claxton want, I'm not gonna give that when you're damn near not even gonna be here to uphold your end of the bargain is why you're worth the money we're gonna give you.
Yeah, has he shown you? That's a question for you. That I mean, and I pretty much know the answer. But Chubbs, like, has the dude shown you enough to warrant a big bag?
Put it this way, I'll put him in the THT level. He has a crazy upside, but he has the tools to do so. He just needs to use them. But Clax thing with the guys like THT, a guy like OG Anunoby, all these young guys that are shown, given they have the tools, they use them correctly, they're going to be good. They're healthy. Claxton can never see the floor to save his life. He has not given us 15 games healthy. He hasn't.
That's insane, bro.
He hasn't given us 15 games healthy.
15 games. He hasn't. Yeah, that is true though. I haven't seen a full season of Claxton. I haven't seen a full year of Claxton. Like a full year of Claxton. I have never seen that.
Thank God I didn't give you
seen
and
a full
Leb a
month?
friggin' apology, a Claxton apology letter. Thank God.
Yeah, like
I would feel like
yeah.
such a dumbass right now if I ever gave you that. Like,
I mean, like Claxton's great, but if you're not there to show your worth, and then you're in the offseason, you're gonna say, "Yeah, no, I want 50 million or 60 million, or like a 7, or like you want something similar to Joe Harris." At least after we paid Joe Harris the bag, he went up and became one of the leading 3-point shooters in the league.
yeah,
What upside are you giving us when we pay you that bag?
yeah. What's the word? What guarantees can he give us that's going to change that? Like, there's nothing, but yeah.
Like, but it is what it is. If he walks, I'm not losing sleep over it anymore because I feel like
I don't think
neither.
it's not gonna.
I was before the trade. I was, but now I'm sleeping good. If he
and it's not. Let's be honest, guys. If we lose him, it's not going to affect our team that much. Let's just be honest. Like with what we're trying to do, it's not going to hurt our team.
Switch big too.
Like good for him, and like good for him if he goes to another team and it works out better for him. Great, good for him, right? Like at the end of the day, even with James Harden, right? Like as much as I'm mad at James Harden, like listen, bro, if where you want to be and you're happy, good for you. But it didn't work here and you hurt us. Like I learned my lesson. Time to move on. But Claxton, same thing, bro. You know what? Like if it's obvious what is most important to Claxton right now. And quite honestly, I think that is money. I think money is, and it's going to be one of those things where it's like, get your bag now because your next bag is not going to be as big as this one is. Because if you don't put in the work and you don't like really try to change and elevate yourself, he suffers what I call from the Instagram model. That most young people, I will just say this, young people and young NBA players suffer from this like Instagram model syndrome where they come in, they want all the shine before really like earning and putting in a lot of the work. And like they act like they deserve the world. And that is a lot of young people today. That is also a lot of young players that are coming into the league where it's like, yeah, you worked your butt off. You've had great skills. You've been coddled most of your life, some of you. all through basketball into college, and then you get to the NBA, you get your dream, and some of you like stop putting in the work.
Yeah, you realize you're not that guy
to
anymore.
what you got, to like what you got you there, or you realize like, yo, I'm not the big fish in the pond anymore. And
earn your keep. You gotta earn your keep once you get in the NBA. Earn your keep.
I agree with everything you're saying. The problem is Claxton putting in that work. He's probably gonna get injured. That's how fragile he is. Like, I agree with the sentiment to put in that work.
This is where the Nets
in that work.
Yeah.
But damn it, if he gave 100% in practice, he's probably out for the season.
But this is also where I do slightly. But this is where I can blame the Nets and can't blame the Nets. Right? The Nets conditioning, we have to question that. We just do, right? We've kind of all discussed that, right?
You're right.
Like,
the whole performance
conditioning
and
team,
health.
There's some questions there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, we wanted, like, the Nets made it clear what they wanted from Claxton, and Claxton and his team from the get-go of the season were pretty much like, yeah, no, we're good. We think we know what's better for him. So, like, clearly that hasn't been the case, right? And then he goes and gets a new agent. So, at the end of the day, I'm just like, if we move on from Claxton, I'm not going to lose any sleep. If we keep him, I hope it's just on a very team-friendly deal. And I hope that, like, Claxton can turn it around if we wind up keeping him. But I'm not going to lose any sleep over letting the guy go, right? Like, if you want to transition him away, I've always talked about this. Like, to me, Claxton is not a center. They said he was a power forward in college. I don't think he should be a center, but unfortunately, when you take him out of that center position, yes, you can use him more on the defensive perimeter switching thing, but he lacks so many other offensive skills outside being able to catch.
He's shown it in the G League, but it's just like when he got to the NBA, I don't know what happened. Like, because like we give him some opportunities to create your shot, but it's like he just, I don't know if he panics or he just has to back out and screen. Like, bro, if you wide open on that high post, drive. You know what I'm saying? You can drive. You use your abilities. You know what I'm saying?
And this is what blows mine. If you look at his college and G League highlights, he does it.
Yeah, he does.
I don't know if it's the coaches they're saying, yeah, no, I don't think that fits in our offense, but logically it should. Why not? If damn near a 7-footer can do that, work it into your offense. Either that or it's just like he gets so accustomed to playing with Harden that he thinks he just can't do that anymore. If that's the case, I don't know. Like, it's weird. It's weird.
Were those your last words, or do you have anything else you want to?
And the person that responded to my comment with "That's why Harden left," why? Like,
don't respond to that, bro.
Like,
that's a beer thing.
Literally got healthy at the playoffs, and then Harden and Irving get injured. So literally, that you just saying shit to say shit.
Yeah, he's a stand, bro. All right.
Let's see here, Jay. You got any last words?
Jay's still here.
He's still there. I don't know. He might. He's probably. He's handling business.
I was telling my son to hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me just throw a little more salt on the Dub C thing. I actually realized when you all were talking where I got it from. That's actually one of my daughter's favorite players. So, like, she took a picture with him. Yeah. She took a picture with him during his rookie season, and so like it's still on my phone. So like she will always look at it and ask me, "Where's Claxton?"
So that's where that's pretty funny.
It all makes sense though.
And I realized that when y'all were talking about it. Here's an interesting stat. Kyrie has played 11 less games than he has this year. And he missed more than the first half of the season. And he can't play home games.
That's crazy.
Paul Millsap has played 2 less games than him this season.
Oh, my God.
I mean, yo.
Dad, that's where a hat.
Yes. So it's, man, listen, dude, let me move off of him. I wouldn't mind him being re-signed at the right price. His price keeps going down for reasons that Chubbs gave. At the same time, I'm looking forward to this week to see how we come out tomorrow. If we can really, Toronto's defense has not been what it's supposed to be. So I'd really like to see Drummond eat.
Yeah, and they have no big.
You expect Goran? I think Goran's probably going to start with Seth.
Scoring Goran hopefully will start. And even though he knows his conditioning needs to improve, but Scoring Goran really wants to give Toronto the business also. So
yeah, he's gonna. I'm gonna like to see Goran that game too.
But I'm not just the Toronto games, and I'm not overlooking Toronto. I'm really looking forward to the Miami game.
Ooh, yeah. That's gonna be a goodie.
I'm really looking forward to the Miami game. Hopefully,
You're gonna be at that
KD
game,
will
Jay?
be back. Yeah. That's the plan. Hopefully, KD will be back in full effect. Yeah, what time is that Miami game? Is it 7:30?
Probably something like that.
Oh, because they changed it. Yeah, because it was supposed to be a TNT game. So shoot.
Is national? It's still national.
Canceled it.
They.
My boys got basketball practice on Thursday, so
It
maybe
says it says 7:30. It says 7:30.
I might go to the game. I don't know. I might think about it. I might go. I don't know.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to this week. You know, it was a feel good win yesterday, and it just reminded people, if for nothing else, we would have dominated headlines on these talk shows tomorrow for all the wrong reasons, and now they have to come up with something else because it pains them to talk about how great Kyrie is.
Oh yeah, you can see it in Stephen A's face. Bro, he looked so sad. He's like, damn, I gotta talk about this, man, but in a good light.
But nah, it's as I say usually when I come on the stream, patience. Be patient. It's coming.
Yeah,
it's coming.
We see the potential, bro.
WC ain't coming, but it's coming.
Oh yeah.
You see the potential, bro. Like the league got put on notice. I know y'all. The league don't want. I mean, the world got put on notice. I know they want to hide it and they don't want to talk about. We just beat the Bucks. Like we just beat the Bucks. You know, without our full team, a fully loaded Bucks team, by the way. So just know it is gonna be when everybody's back. Just know what the type of potential we have.
Look at fucking Isaac. Bobby Portis is not human. He can't shut his eyes, not even for once. Isaac with the W.
Yeah, that's funny.
Bobby Portis is like the only person on the Bucks I like because I just like his attitude. He don't care who it is. He's gonna show off. For no
He gets a layup and he's flexing like he just won the game, right? Like,
yeah, but he's that role player. Like he's in that Sean Livingston's or for the Warriors right now, Otto Porter Jr.'s where when you meet him, he's a bucket when you call on his number. And he's gonna do the good things.
He's got a lot of I will give him like he's got a lot of heart.
Yeah. And he's gonna produce when his number is called to give you other points, defense, or it's whatever. So I just love role players like that. So hopefully like Goran is that. Drummond has shown he can be that. Seth has shown he can be that. So yeah.
All right, y'all. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Again, thank you for Che and Leb for pulling up. Follow Leb at Playboy Simmons and Jay on Twitter, Jay from BK.
Yeah, I didn't even give my last words, but I'm just gonna say, listen, I just can't wait till we get closer to getting people back. We really need KD back, right? Like I think just if we can just get KD back in the next like 2 games, like I'm gonna feel a whole lot better. I'm gonna care less about the Ben Simmons thing, less about when Kyrie's full time. It just will be nice to see KD added to the current mix of players. I think is going to actually still be pretty good. I'm getting excited. I hope we have a good, strong finish to the season. Last night's win was huge for us. It gave us a lot of. I think it was something great for the team, but I also think it was great for the fan base, right? Because I think fan base has been across the board on different levels of being concerned, like depressed, happy, not concerned. It may have reinforced what people already thought. I just thought overall, like yesterday's win was a great thing for the team and the fan base. So look forward to it more. I can't wait for And I hope even without KD and Kyrie, I'm hoping these Nets current squad can at least, if we can pull. I don't know if we'll. I mean, it's back to backs, so it'll be interesting. But if we can pull a 2-0 from the Raptors these next two games, that's great because then we move up, and I'll like that. If the more we keep moving up in the standings, will make me feel a lot better. So I'm hoping for a 2-0 sweep of the Raptors.
Wait, where's
That's
everybody
my
getting that
hope.
date? They got a date for mandate. Where's everybody getting that date from?
Jackson ends 7th. All right. Well,
Everybody's
we've
saying
seen
March,
the first.
Everybody's saying March 7th. Where's
Yeah,
that
where
from?
are we
though?
getting
Who
that?
said
Hold
that?
on, let me see.
They said it just announced it.
Let me just see something here.
Stop. Right, don't be lying.
I hope. Oh wait.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't troll us, chat. Don't troll us. Please don't troll
Oh
us.
shit!
Eric
Eric Adams
announces
announces that the vaccine passports for indoor activities in NYC will likely end on March 7th. Just for
Whoa! Wow, Jay, get in here.
Wow. Wait, vaccine passports.
What's up?
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard it, which means my DMs and my damn mentions are gonna be overflowed, man. I'm about to take
Yo,
me a
Now, does this
social
mean?
media
Does
break,
this mean?
man.
Hey,
What does that
direct
mean?
it-
What is a
Hey,
vaccine
Jay,
passport? Though?
let's stay on and direct everybody
your
here.
vaccine card, basically. It should be.
What
Jay,
does that mean?
direct everybody here.
What, man? I'm about to go outside with my children, man.
Okay, well,
Jay,
that's
what is a
different.
vaccine passport?
I didn't know you were doing that, but
Yeah. They just that's why I was muted because they were talking about we come out back and throw the football with me, and my daughter telling my son, but you won't go outside and play with me. So I told him, well, you got to go outside and play with your sister first, and then I'm coming to throw the football with you all.
well, let me ask you
Jay, I'm
this
about to
real
post
quick,
your
Jay.
apology form.
Did you does this legitimately mean announces the vaccine passports for indoor activity? That means he'll have no restrictions of playing at home.
He will be. Saint, we talked about this yesterday. I told you somebody asked.
I
would
was
he
kind
be,
of
would
drunk.
Be,
Okay, don't be mad at
I
me.
was
No,
kind
the
of drunk. Okay.
The earlier one.
Oh,
one,
okay.
when
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like that. Somebody asked would he be playing the X game, and I was like, it's expected. And remember, I told y'all I can't
Yes.
give you a specific date because if it happens the next day, people gonna be
I'm
upset.
gonna say you're full of shit,
Right.
And
Like
they still will right now, even if it doesn't. Yeah. No, I get what you're saying.
Yo, I told and for the people who don't know, sometimes we talk when the stream is over, and I told you all months ago that the expectation was that Kyrie was going to be announced back around Thanksgiving. He was announced back the week after. Had I said it would be by Thanksgiving and it happened the week after, people would have been like, you don't know what you're talking about. So that's why I'm cool on giving dates, man.
Yeah.
I can tell you soon, and soon is soon. It don't mean soon is not. I'll say soon is not 6 months from now.
Yeah. Fair enough. Wow. What
And
breaking news on
people
the stream?
On stream, we got the breaking news on stream.
Wait.
Man, I
So
can't
March
believe it.
7th. So that's right before the Philly game.
Do you
That's
want to?
also right before the.
He'd be eligible to play the Nets home game after March 7th, March 13th against the Knicks.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. The Knicks game would be his first home game. Wow.
Let's get it.
No, but it's not. No. But what you all are not realizing is that it's not just. It doesn't just help us for him playing home games. He'll also be available for the last X game at the Garden.
Ooh, that's true.
Oh yeah. Wait, is there another?
Yeah, we got another X game. At the
Yeah,
Garden.
there is.
I think it's in April.
It's the third to last game, April 6th. I'm looking at it right now.
Dude, I'm like, on one hand, I'm so excited that this is happening, right, for the team, for Kyrie. But on the other hand, I'm kind of going to sit back and watch. Like, Eric Adams is probably about to take a whole lot of heat from the people that got fired from their jobs. Like, this is going to be fun to kind of watch, like, unfold. Like,
Can't believe this is happening.
I mean, I think a lot of people are actually going to be happy. And I think
happy.
a lot of people are going to be happy and look at Eric Adams like, because I think if Democrats wanted to give themselves a boost as far as like for people to like them and maybe quote voting, doing this kind of does that. So I do see a double-sided effect there, but this is going to get interesting. But hey, at this point, What's up?
No, I was gonna say the thing is, and this is what people are really confusing me about. You'll get upset with Eric Adams about this in terms of letting Kyrie play,
Yes.
but firefighters and police officers have refused to get vaccinated, and you have no issue with him doing nothing towards them. Like,
Yeah.
come on now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree
Yeah,
with you.
and don't forget the healthcare workers, man. Shame on them for firing those healthcare workers that were doing everything they could during the pandemic, and then they get fired because they don't want to. Come on, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
Not only healthcare workers, a bunch of other like essential guys, essential people, essential job people lost their job just for not having the
for
vaccine.
nothing, bro. For just to be lifted the next year. Come on.
And just to
Where
add on,
Adams of the chat. I ain't gonna
but to add on, Kyrie playing wouldn't have influenced this decision either way on this point. And Keith made a good point on this. New York is a party city. You look at places like the Bronx, Queens, during the parades, during the summer, Labor Day, people want to go out and have fun, and the pandemic has ended that. And it's like, going forward, how many more times can we play to a degree, just not say, you know what, have fun finally. Let's stop living in fear and just take the mask off and have fun. It's only so long you can have this mandate in effect. And I'll even admit, the only reason I personally got the vaccine was to go to school, to go to college. If I wasn't in college, probably would not have gotten the vaccine. But it's like the city of New York, they understand them lifting this gives them a lot of revenue. There's going to be an uptick in tourists coming here because I guarantee there's not a lot of tourists that have vaccine cards. Or if they're vaccine cards, I don't think it can work in the U.S.
Bro, not even that. A lot of people moved out of New York because of this, because of the rule, because of that mandate. There's a lot of people that moved. I know tons of people that moved from Florida, that moved out of New York to Florida or to other states because of this stuff, bro. Like,
I'm saying with March going into it, you got the Puerto Rican Day Parade, Dominican Day Parade, St. Patrick's Day is coming up, all this other stuff. You got Labor Day in the summer. You got July 4th. Yeah, July 4th. There's so many stuff going on. And on top of that, in the summer, there's naturally just going to be parties and people having fun in New York. So naturally, whether Kyrie or not, this decision was going to be made.
Wow, what a way to end this stream,
did you want to keep this going a little bit? Because I was about to put out a tweet.
We'll go on Spaces. We'll take it to Spaces.
We'll start a Spaces. All right.
Yeah, make sure you guys follow us on Twitter. We'll Saint, you got time or?
My kids are with my ex now, so I'm good.
I'll probably
bro.
I'll probably hop in for a little bit, then I'll go to work. But if you guys want to keep the Kyrie news, we'll probably do a join Saints space. SaintNet1 on Twitter. Oh my God, Kyrie's back for 7, y'all.
Yeah, fuck it, I'll start. I'm pretty sure.
Oh my God. Oh man, this is crazy, bro. Oh my God. Not just for Kyrie, but just for the city of New York. Bro.
Yeah, I read his full quote. Like, I'll be honest, like all I really care about is like Kyrie, but because I don't live there. But if I'm being honest, like I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not thinking about New York as much as I'm
thinking about New York because I live here. I live here, and like I know my friends that couldn't go like into places. Like I you know what I'm saying?
I will say this. They did this. I will say this because where I live now, I can finally go wherever I want without having to wear a mask. Right? Like they say, if you're not vaccinated, they ask that you wear a mask. But if you're not, like, and just having that happen, it's just kind of nice. Like it just, it's like I get it. Like yes, you should take care of. Say
this for the Spaces though. Say this for the Spaces.
Yeah.
No, this wasn't a Spaces thing. I'm just saying, like I get it. It's a nice feeling. So I'm happy for you guys, but I'm really more happy for Kyrie than you guys, if I'm honest. But.
All right, y'all. Make sure, again, follow us on Twitter. Follow Nets Kingdom AJ Saint on Twitter, SaintNet1. He'll be on Spaces, Twitter Spaces, SaintNet1. Nets Rage, Chubbs Nets on Twitter, and then Jay from BK on Twitter, and Playboy Simmons at Celeb. Appreciate you guys. Love. Hit that like button. We'll be back tomorrow. Kyrie is free. He's free on March 7th, y'all.
He's free.
He's free on March 7th.
Hey, 7 is
man.
my lucky number, so I'm down with it.
Lucky
right?
number 7.
Oh,
Woo, woo.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Love y'all. We'll be out.
Peace out.
Peace.